to go live, Facebook and on YouTube. Right. Are officially live. Are officially live. Officially live. Keep checking that. Make sure. Share my screen. Okay, we're going to start. St. John chapter 8, verse 44. St. John chapter 8, verse 44. Sharing the screen now. All right, today's topic is that, well, when exactly did Satan fall? Did he fall in the garden when he came? Is that when he fell? Did he fall? Huh? Before. He fell before? When was this exact? Four. That couldn't be true. He still goes back there. He went back there in Job.
Found with iniquity.
When did that happen? That text says that he was in the garden of God when that went down. Are we getting the wrong understanding of when he fell? Is the fall when he came and deceived Eve? Is that when he fell? Got the fall? No, you say no. Why are you saying no?
I don't think he fell yet to where he can't go back into heaven. Because he was already.
He can go to heaven. He still goes to heaven.
Then to earth, because it was like I'm back.
What would be the fall? Exactly. No, he fell. What would be the fall?
So that fall to earth.
Not fall to the earth. He still goes to heaven. Michael have not. The war in heaven have not occurred yet. So he still goes there. He still goes to heaven. So what would be the fall exactly?
He died. He's in the creation of human before.
What I don't understand.
When the iniquity was founded.
When did that actually happen?
That was before the earth, before the heavens and the earth.
Book, chapter, verse.
Yeah. Creation of man, he wouldn't praise man. He wouldn't praise Jesus. He wouldn't praise him. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Y'all just spend. Let's start here with St. John chapter 8, verse 44. Who got that?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
St. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning.
There we go. See, he was a murderer from the beginning. What beginning is this?
Him hating Adam.
Huh?
Him hating Adam.
We're right. You got to understand when you read Genesis chapter 1, when it says in the beginning, I think that's incorrect translation. I think it's in a beginning. That's a beginning. Because St. John 1:1 has another beginning, which I believe is the ultimate beginning. You can't go no further back than that. In the beginning was the Word.
And the Word.
So God created the Word, and then formed things after that. You have another beginning that we talked about in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22. I was with him in the beginning when he was creating this and creating so and so. So Genesis is a beginning.
Right.
In a beginning, I think what that's supposed to be translated as. Not in the beginning, it's in a beginning.
So in a beginning, it was the Word. That's when Yahweh Shai was.
No, St. John's is in the beginning. I'm talking about Genesis. 1:1 is in a beginning.
Is that where Yahweh Shai was being formed? No.
That's he's been before that. Yeah, that's coming out in our time.
That's the beginning of creation.
That's the beginning of him preparing and then creating man. But the angels and them, they've been here long before all of that. They've been here before all of that. So he was a murderer from the beginning. What I am saying is that this is giving us this verses that we're going to pull that this is speaking of Genesis. Go ahead.
And abode not in the truth.
He didn't abide or continue in the truth. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth in him.
Go ahead.
When he spake a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it.
Yeah, the father means a teacher. The teacher of it. When he says the father of lies, it's a teacher of lies. Right? Because the father is a teacher. Because he teaches. Teaches lies. All right. Genesis chapter 3. Starting at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 3 from the top.
Go ahead.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made.
Right. So we see right here is that this is the twofold situation here that you have to really kind of catch. Because it says the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Most High had made. Is that a literal snake? Or is that speaking of Hasatan? He's being compared to be more smarter, sometimes more crafty, right? Than any beast, talking about the animal, of the field, which is the world, which Yahweh power had made, right? Is it saying originally that snake was smart? Why not? Why would you think that snake was not originally wise? Have you looked at him? He look dumb to you?
Not at all.
No.
Look like he creep and hunt for his food.
He look like he's smart, does he not? Or look like he used to be smart. Take a look at him real quick one more time again. He looked like he was real smart, but his wisdom was taken from him. That's why he looked like that. Go ahead.
I mean, he could catch a fast animal without legs. He has to be smart to do that.
I'm saying he looked like he used to be very smart, but his wisdom was taken from him. And that's why he looked the way he looked. And he, of course, was cursed. He moved the way he moved because he was cursed. You know what I'm saying?
So that means he was slick, like how he slid it. Like low-key slid.
Well, yeah. Well, of course, he had to have legs. But then now he has to slither. He was taken, right? But being that low, falling on the ground or walking on the ground like that, you have to be what? Smart. You could get stepped on.
And you can't see for him what's going on.
Right. So you have to be moving with wisdom, subtlety. Right. Again, we're speculating, but we're gonna pull verses to show this. You know what I'm saying? Now the serpent was more subtle than the beast of the field, which I'm going to show you. When I pull the other animal, you're going to see how this other animal, he's reasoning, showing you these animals wasn't dumb. All right, who was reading? Go ahead.
And Genesis chapter 3 from the top. And he said unto the woman.
No, finish verse 1.
All right. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
So you was right, brother. Go ahead.
God had made.
Go ahead.
And he said unto the woman, ye have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
Right. So he starts out by saying yea.
Question.
Not a question. What is yea?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. When you start with a yes, what does that mean?
You're answering something.
You're answering something that was said before. Yes. Have God said, when he's saying ye, what do you think that's mean? You. We're going to show you that that's y'all.
Ooh.
Watch, we're going to read it. He's speaking to both of them.
Okay.
Y'all.
Oh, both of them listen up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of Adam and Eve.
Talking to y'all.
Y'all shall not eat from the tree, from every tree that is in, every tree of the garden. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4, chapter 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it.
Wait, did you read verse 2? Read verse 2.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden.
See, she used the word who?
We.
We. She responded with we. Not I. We, both of them, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Genesis chapter 3, verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Right. It sounds like if it's you, he didn't say that just to her. Is that right? He said that to y'all. Both of you.
So both of them had.
Yes. Both of them. And it was said to both of them, because both of them knows. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
Y'all ain't gonna die.
First line.
Until iniquity was found in you.
So is he teaching the lie?
Huh?
Is he teaching them the lie?
No, he's the first he's lying to them.
Okay.
That's the first thing he does.
Okay.
Remember, we read where Christ says he's a what?
Father of lies.
He's a father of lies. He's a father of lies. Right? See, when he speaks a lie, he speaks of his own.
Right.
Right? Because he is the father of lies. Of course, he's going to teach the lie, but he got to first say the lie.
Right. Okay.
Right? So he ain't saying the lie.
That's good. You set it up step by step.
Yeah.
That's oh man, that's nice.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
He's compounding it. He's doing the trickery. Right? And listen, God knows if you in the day that you do that, your eyes gonna be open. You're gonna be like him. You're gonna be gods, knowing good and evil. When I was coming up in the camp, the One West, they was teaching that angels only knew good. And I'm reading, I'm like, this verse says something different here. It never made sense to me that angel only know good. I'm saying if I'm a human being and I know good and evil, how angels don't know good and evil? I mean, they've been around so long watching men, right? Be wicked.
Right.
How they don't know what evil is?
It's like the watchers.
Yes, sir.
But didn't they come down from heaven and teach it to us?
Fallen.
The fallen.
They taught certain things not that we ain't supposed to know. But I'm saying, but if I'm watching you, how do I not know I'm seeing you doing it?
Right.
Yeah.
For hundreds and thousands of years.
Like the officers watching the inmates.
Yeah. All they know is good. Like, I never wrote with that. That was like y'all. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat.
So she took it and she did eat, right? She again, this goes back when she saw that the tree was good for food. This goes back to the lust of the eyes. This is what First John talks about, right? The lust of the eyes, the pride of life. You know what I'm saying? This is where it stemmed from. She lusting up the fruit because she saw it was pretty. Lust of the eyes, right? And then it was pleasant to the eyes and the tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat. Go ahead.
And gave also unto her husband with her.
Gave to her husband where?
That was with her.
With her. So he's there.
Adam.
So that's why when you see all the ye, it's y'all.
Okay.
He's speaking to both of them.
Okay.
Go ahead.
With her, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
And he did eat. So he was addressing both of them. We're both trying to paint a picture. We just talking to Eve, and Adam wasn't there. No, Adam is there. So we have all the ye's, y'all. To be clear. Now the situation becomes the serpent. Is the serpent, is that just Satan, or is that a literal snake? What is this serpent? Is this serpent Satan, or is it a literal snake?
A literal snake.
You think it's a literal snake?
Possessed by Satan.
Huh?
A literal snake possessed by Satan.
Okay. Who else?
I say that's Satan.
That's not a snake.
Come, well, yeah, because the mindset is Satan, but yeah, well, yeah.
Let's show both.
Come,
Let's show both. I say it's both.
Come.
People say no, it's just Satan. People you're hard pressed to find someone who said it's a snake. What? Because why? Snakes don't talk.
come.
You say snakes talk. Snakes don't talk. All right, let's get our first verse. Genesis chapter 11, verse 1. Genesis chapter 11, verse 1.
Genesis chapter 11 from the top.
Hold up, you pull it up.
It's going here.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 11 from the top. And the whole world and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
If that's true, that would have to include the animal. If the whole earth, all of it, was of one language and one speech, would that include the animal? We'll make it simple. From there, let's come to the book of Numbers. Chapter 22, verse 28. Numbers chapter 22. We're going to start at verse 28. You got that?
Numbers chapter 22, starting at verse 8.
28.
20.
Yes.
Numbers chapter 22, starting at verse 28. And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these three things? Three times.
What is this animal doing?
Just talking.
Speaking to the Balaam.
He's questioning Balaam. Is he not?
Yeah.
That's intelligence. He's questioning him. But what have I done that you hit me this 3 times? Right? What's all that for? What you doing all that for? The animal is reasoning with him to say, listen, what you're doing ain't making no what? Sense. Is that a dumb animal? Listen, as God opened his mouth, he immediately begins to question Balaam. Your thinking is off. Immediately he's questioning how he's thinking and operating, that your thinking and operation is off. The way I've been acting, because my mouth was closed, made more sense than what you did.
Wow.
This is ass.
Wow.
And we said it's dumb.
Dumb.
Is that snake dumb? If this donkey is this smart, that he can question his master, he making complete sense. Think that snake, thinking that snake ain't smart. He might be dumb now. He wasn't dumb then.
Genius. He was probably genius at that time.
That's what the text says. He was subtle.
Wow.
Crafty. And any of the beasts of the field. And the Lord God had what? Made.
I mean,
he's comparing them to the animal that he's made.
Well skilled.
Satan been made already. He was made already long time. He's already made up. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 29.
Come.
And Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there wear a sword in my hand, for now would I kill thee.
Yeah, he would have killed the ass, and he would have been dead. But the angel had chopped his head off. It was the donkey that was saving his life, and they don't even know it. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 30. And the ass said unto Balaam, I am not I the ass,
Dying ass.
I am not I thy ass upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day.
Look at that. The ass even know how long.
Wow.
Keep trying your time.
Wow.
Mine not yours ever since that day that you got me, since I was dying.
And he beating on him now.
He said it never changed. It's always been that. From the jump, from day one. It has been no change from day one. I always been yours. Right? I'm not looking for the other side. I'm on your side.
Off the ass, he felt he was to beat on him because he thought he was cheating on him.
Thought he was doing something wrong. Right. Go ahead.
Was I ever want to do so unto thee? And he said, nay.
Again, the animal is reason. Has there been an instance of me to act like this before? He said, no. The intelligence of the animal is real.
Wow.
Come on.
So if they gone.
Hey, listen. When an animal is out reasoning you, is a problem.
The donkey is basically saying, don't you know me by now?
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
I've been with you so long and you don't know me by now.
Right.
We've been rocking together for so long and you still don't catch it. You don't know what's going on with me?
Right. The donkeys and the horses normally lead.
Yeah, the ass is like, man, what's going on with you, bro? I've been consistent all these years.
Wow. Consistent.
And all of a sudden I'm changing. You should know that something must be wrong. What I'm doing is you ready to chop my head off.
Wow.
And I'm here, I'm trying to help you.
Like a dog.
I'm just pointing out the intelligence of the animal. When I'm reading, I'm like, this is remarkable. Again, and God said he opened his mouth. That meaning God had closed the animal's mouth. The text does not say that God gave the animal intelligence. All he did was open his mouth. That means he always had the intelligence there, the reason. He's always been there. He just couldn't talk because his mouth was closed. Imagine these animals today, if they could talk, what they'd be saying.
A lot of weaknesses.
They be making people look bad.
Yeah.
Man, you dumb. What you doing? Yeah, that's stupid. Why are you doing that?
Calling me an animal.
Calling me an animal. Look what you doing.
People would be ashamed. Maybe certain dogs could talk.
Oh, you know what? Dog, you putting clothes on me. What are you talking about? I got my fur. I got my clothes on already. You know.
Get me out this stroller.
Get me out this stroller. Get me out this car. My head sticking out the window and knock my head off or something. I'm staying home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go to the store yourself.
I'm not your husband.
Yeah. I'm not your husband. You can't marry me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Listen, we need something today.
Come.
God open up these animals' mouths every now and then. Check some people. They're way out of order. At the animal check. It's time.
like the crows and parrots.
Go ahead.
Verse 31. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way.
See, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we cannot see angels is why?
Eyes.
Because our eyes are close to them. He opened up the eyes of Balaam and he saw the angel. It wasn't that Balaam was blind. Balaam could see.
Right.
But there's a part of your eyes that's still closed that you can't see spiritual beings. But God opened it up and he was able to now see that. Yes, sir.
Just like he opened the donkey's mouth, he opened his eyes too.
Yes.
Wow. So
listen, that's another level of your eyesight that you have that's been closed.
Wow.
Spirit. But before, it wasn't like that.
Wow. Do certain animals can see it too?
So, yes. I think the animals can see these beings. Their eyes ain't close to them.
Right.
Their mouth is just closed.
Right.
But their eyes can still see them.
They got spiritual.
That's how the donkey knew.
I think the donkey saw the angel.
Right.
He saw him. That's why he was backing up.
Right.
So his eye wasn't close to the angel. Balaam's eye was close to the angel. He couldn't see him.
No.
He could talk, but the donkey couldn't talk. So, and again, I think when Adam was in the garden, there's all kind of angels in there. So he saw them.
Wow.
I mean, he didn't know all the animals and all that stuff. That's angels bringing the animals there and all that. You know, there's a lot going on that that's not recorded. Yes, sir.
And while all those animals is coming to him, Adam could talk to the animals.
Still talking back to him. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, all that's being left out of the text. But that clearly that's what's going on. When you see this animal has intelligence right here.
Wow.
Why would that be different from the time when Adam named nothing different? Wow. The same.
Adam could talk to all the animals. That's wow.
But just going to show you how smart he was, because he named them all on point.
Wow.
So now the animals leaving and they know what they're called. Before they didn't know. Oh wait a minute. He named us. Okay, we know what we're called. I'm a lion. You're a tiger. You're this.
Right. And they all probably said yes, Lord, and left.
Of course.
Wow.
Remember, Adam is the Melchizedek at that time in the garden. He's Melchizedek. Right. He's the priest of the Most High God in the garden at that time. That's who he was.
So even probably the animals of the sea came to him too, like you were whale, you were a fish, you were octopus.
Yeah. But see, back then it wasn't as much animals as you see today, right? There was a amount of animals, but today they had multiplied, and the different species that branches off those two that Noah brought in the ark. He brought them 2 by 2, so it's a two animal that mutated the different species. But they all come back to it's all a dog.
Right.
It's just different species of, say designs and colors and sizes.
Right.
It's all a dog. You know what I'm saying? A dog isn't a wolf. It's a different species of wolves as well. But those are wolves. It goes back to the original 2 animals. It's like you see men, like from eight people, right? We have all look at what you have today. The different diversity of human beings that come from those 8 people. Built all kinds of different designs, colors, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the animal. All right, go ahead.
And his sword drew in the hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face.
All right. So again, we can stop there. That's all I wanted to show you now. That we see intelligence. I just wanted to point out that don't negate that serpent, that snake, could have been a literal snake, and he definitely had literal. He was definitely smart. He was wise. You know what I'm saying? Now I know he wasn't acting alone. We were acting alone. But you can't just cast out that it's impossible that it could have been a snake. I mean, a literal snake that had intelligence, right? And here's why. Can we go to Genesis? This other one here. Go to the this is chapter 3. I hear it, I don't see it. Smith. Chapter 3, verse 14.
Yeah, I got this one.
Shabbat Shalom, Sir Smith.
Shabbat shalom, brother.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom family, Shabbat Shalom brothers.
Yeah, we're in Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. All right, go ahead, brother.
Okay, reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 14. And it reads, the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
All right. Now the question becomes: does this fit Satan? The serpent is Satan, and Satan should be going on his belly, right? He's cursed above all of the cattle, right, and the beasts of the field, and he's supposed to be eating dust all the days of his life.
Right.
Do Satan eat?
No. Not for that.
Or does he crawl? That's all there.
No.
And how can he be that serpent?
You said to and fold back from the earth, which you
Yeah,
created.
let's get that right quick. Get that in the book of Job, where he says what that he does, that he actually walks. Or crawl. Okay, he crawls, he walks.
Good one.
Job chapter 2, verse 1.
I got one this one too.
What did he say?
He said he got it. He got it.
All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, talking about book of Job, chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord.
Verse right here is very, very telling verse. A lot of people read up a lot of this stuff and they know. When I read, I question a whole lot of stuff. I don't read stuff. I ask a whole lot of questions. What's going on here? Why are they meeting before the Most High God? What's the deal here? And why is Satan coming? I ask all these questions and I try to go find the answer. Is it seen that there is a day when the sons of God come before them because they got to come to report before him? Because he has definitely placed them over certain things. And they got to come give a report of what they're doing and how things are going. And at this point, since Adam fall, Satan was put over, he got to come and report. So he's here.
The DA.
He come present himself before the Lord.
The DA.
The DA, of course. But he's the DA over the earth. They still got to come report to the head man, which is the Most High. You got to come give an account of what they do when he placed them over, right? He's the boss. Your boss is gonna call you every now and then to get a report, right? Isn't they gonna do that? You know what's going on.
Make sure you on point.
Make sure you're on point. State your stuff. And there's a verse in Psalms. We can pull it too because he does. This is not the first time. It's either that's going on here, or I was thinking first in the past it was like when Israel is told to come before the Lord 3 times a year. Right? This could be what's happening here in the heavens, mirroring what's going down. Or it could be the coming to go ahead and give a report because he's placing over certain different realms that we know nothing about. We know for a fact he placed angels over nations. We know that. Is it could be here he placed other angels over different realms that we know nothing about. Because Christ made it clear to us. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. Could be dimensions that we have no clue nothing about. You know what I'm saying? This one verse to me is very telling. All right.
In a room, in a mansion, it's separate.
Definitely. So, and the mansion is huge.
Right.
Let's be clear.
Wow.
It ain't 50 rooms, but the most we know we read about angels, you can't even begin to number them. So we know just how much room you have to be able to house so many angels that you can't even number them. Right? So the mansion is, we can leave it there because you can't look at the phantom how big that is.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculously huge. All right, go ahead.
Read the book of Job, chapter 2, and verse 2. And it reads, and the Lord said unto Satan, from whence thou come thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it.
Right there we have it. So he right here says he walking. It doesn't say he crawling. Again. So I'm making the case that is a literal snake that was talking to Adam and Eve. That's the first part of the case that I'm making. I'm gonna come back with a case again that it was Satan that was also inhabiting that animal. And together they're doing it. The animal is in on it. He's not like being possessed where he has no control of what he's doing. Then it wouldn't make sense that God would punish him because then he didn't know what he was doing. He was being possessed. Right? So he would be considered to be innocent. He of course he's in on it because like the text says, he's subtle, he's smart too. Notice the Bible becomes silent about that serpent, that snake.
Right.
How did that snake get on the ark?
Right.
Right. Wow. You just messed my question.
But look, he probably was always on the ground. How could you prove he had legs and stuff?
He got on the ground. He got his punishment, but God did not decree that he was to be dead.
When you look,
His species is to continue, and it does.
Right.
His male and female, as you can see, branch up to all these different snake styles you see today. Yes, sir.
when you look under a snake, you notice he have 4 different little knobs under his
Yes.
showing that he used to have legs.
Science have proved that snakes
used to walk.
used to have legs.
Yes.
They have legs.
Yeah.
That's true. But I'm just saying, if you notice in all of these pagan cultures, what's at the top? A snake.
Yeah. Yes.
How is this animal at the top when it comes to the pagan worship in these animals?
Wow.
Yeah.
My speculation.
Wow.
My speculation is that because he helped Satan to bring Adam and Eve down, Satan rewarded him and said, I'm gonna put you at the top of the pagan worship because you took down the most important person of all on the entire earth. I'm gonna put you on top for helping me. This is your reward. And he is there in these pagan religions at the top. Yes, sir.
I was just about to ask, what would his reward be for helping Satan?
That's his reward.
Wow, that you just answered it. Wow.
The snake gets worshiped. Does he not?
He does.
He gets worshiped.
Wow. I remember when Britney Spears had him on her shoulders and she was walking him around the stage, and I was like, that just looks funny. Like, what's going on here?
Why would you worship the snake? It's because of what he did.
That makes perfect sense.
He's part of the keeping you off of the worship of God.
Wow.
If you're worshiping the snake, then you ain't worshiping the Most High Christ.
Wow.
Right? You're worshiping the snake, worshiping Satan.
Just like he in the ambulance, he on the cross.
And the cross, right? All of that. He's in a whole bunch of stuff. He's in a whole bunch of stuff because that's his reward for what he did. Yes, sir.
But Moses had to hold the staff with the snake on it too.
The brass serpent you talking about? Of course.
I was like,
Of course. Here's the other part.
wow.
Here's the other part. Did you know there's a good part to the serpent?
Yes.
Of course.
Because he can fix his own snake bites.
They use his venom to yes.
Yeah.
Of course. That's the other part you see Moses is using. The snake bit them, they survived.
Wow.
Is that why they got them on the medicine, like on the back of ambulance and stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
That's called a caduceus. Isn't that a caduceus?
Yeah. Again, the most in the Apocrypha it tells us that God made everything by twos. Most things have at least 2 functions. Or everything at least 2 functions. At least 2. There's 2 or more. There is some good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Satan is bad, right? Is there any good there?
He report.
Here's the good. Here's the good. The good is he tested you to see where you at. He can help define he can help you show where you're at. If he tempts you and you lose, and you fall to it, he shows you where you're at. You're weak. He could be a gate to test your temptation to see just how strong your resistance to temptation. He has a purpose, because God would get rid of him if there wasn't nothing good purpose of him, or he can use him for certain things, right? God would have got rid of him. There is some use for him. That's why he's telling, yes, sir.
For a wise man, he can push him back to God, because when wise men know, wait a minute, something ain't right, I must be off.
Yeah.
I need to clean this up.
He's the tempter. He's used to help divide sheep from the goat as well. And the goat will roll the other way.
And when you ever, I don't know if you ever done it before I got on, but when you look up that word serpent, the root word of it, I mean, I don't know if it's the root word, it comes from H5172. I don't know how to pronounce that Hebrew word. Nakash, what is it? Nakash.
Nakash.
So when you look that up, it means like a spell, like an enchanter.
Right.
So what I was thinking that he was like that serpent was. It's kind of like when he was talking to her, it was actually casting a spell on her at the same time. You know what I mean? And that's and I put it like some women, not just women, I guess some wicked people. You think you're just having a regular conversation with them, but really they're luring you to like they using enchantment on you. You know what I mean? They like putting a spell on you. But do you think music do that to you?
Do what? Say it again. The last part.
Do you think that like when these white people, they control like a lot of music, the record labels, do you think they got the magic to understand that we can cast spells on them by getting to listen to certain music?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And the reason why I'm bringing it up, because Satan was like the angel of music, like he was real heavy influence in music. So I see him now using music. And I think a lot of these white people understand that we can cast spells on these brothers, Israel, without them even know it. So a lot of these guys that be doing this type of stuff, they actually under a spell at the time. They don't even know they're doing it.
So what the situation with the music is this. It's what they push versus what they don't push. Right? Because people make songs on both sides. You have the gangster song and all of that, right? You know, all this shoot you down, kill you. But then it comes up with some other songs, you know what I'm saying, where it's about love and peace. But these songs, they're not going to push the love and peace song. You're going to push the shoot you down, kill you, rob you stuff, and dump that all day on the you know what I'm saying, on the so-called black community. That's what you going to do. He don't want you pushing the good songs. You know what I'm saying? We just watching the video where Ice Cube was saying that, you know what I'm saying, to Bill Maher. Because Bill Maher was telling Ice Cube, he didn't make you write those songs. He said it isn't that. He said it is what they're pushing and marketing to the people. What they're pushing hard and strong. They want to put the negative stuff on it.
And some Hammer spoke on that too.
Yeah, not the good stuff. So this is what they're doing.
So here and there they be like, write this in.
Yeah, but someone that's writing that stuff, he's not writing it to say for you to do it.
Right.
He's telling you that lifestyle is like this and how it ends up. Right? So I'm not writing this gangster song or the dope man song for you to follow, do the dope man thing.
Right.
You know what happens to this dope man after this, right? End of the song, instead of he end up dead or in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's telling you this is lifestyle is good at first.
Right.
He has all this stuff going on with him, got the corduroys and all that stuff.
Right.
But in the end, he's dead or in jail. So
and ECE came along, the dope man got caught selling crack. Now my face is in the dirt, police on my back.
Yeah.
And he winded up dead out
there. And he winded up dead.
All of them got millions. Friday. You see how Ice Cube balling now, Dre billionaire off the beat.
Right.
MC Ran.
No, it's about telling you what not to do, but people take that that's something to do.
Right.
But it's how they market it and push it on you, but you think that that's what you want, because you want that flash that the dope man has.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That rhyme too.
Yeah, you want that. What comes with it too, you don't want the other part of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that other part.
Consequences. Questions.
But if they're pumping on you all the time, that's all you're hearing and listening to, you're gonna go glorify that and go do that.
Let your guard down.
Yeah, and they know you're gonna do it. They're gonna know eventually, you know what I'm saying? Not every one of you, but a lot of you are gonna go ahead and go down that route.
Hey, do you think inherently that's why most of our people are afraid of snakes? Like you won't see us like have a pet snake. You very rarely see a brother have a pet snake in their house.
Yeah,
like we like know something wrong with that snake, but white people, boy, they have 10 of them in their house, man.
Yeah, they sleep with them, all kind of stuff with them. Right on their neck, and all kind of crap. You know
I don't really like snakes either. Get close to them, I ain't pet
none of that.
They always look like, you ever see like 10 kids, people petting them, like that snake would just turn around and beat me out the bunch. Like you had a personal issue with it. So.
Man, if that snake could talk like that donkey, that thing about saying, you don't know, I'll eat you up, squeeze you, and all kind of other stuff. So we got to say that. So what was the curse of the serpent in Genesis 3:14 to crawl and eat dust? This cannot be the spiritual entity known as Satan, because he's walking up and down. He's not crawling, so that doesn't fit him. And we're going to get one more about the serpent. We didn't get Isaiah chapter 65. We confirm Isaiah. I think it's 65:25. Isaiah chapter 65. $65.25. All right, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 25. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together.
So that's clearly got to be in Christ's millennium reign. The wolf and the lamb. Again, and listen, this is one of those verses I was telling you all about earlier that needs to be corrected. You know that's incorrect. It isn't the wolf, it's the lion. I'll come to that and do the video and show you the evidence of that. They mixing stuff up. Go ahead.
And the lamb shall eat together, and the lion shall eat straw like a warlock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat.
So even in the millennium reign, the serpent is still eating what?
Meat, the dust.
Still eating dust. Still eating dust. If this is Satan, in the millennium reign, where is Satan?
He's in chains.
He's in chains, locked up in the millennium reign. But this verse is letting us know that this serpent, he's still eating dust in the millennium reign. He ain't locked up, is he?
No, he's still there.
And he's still there. So again, they got to answer these questions if y'all saying that serpent in there is not a literal snake. You got to reconcile these verses here. All right, go ahead, finish it up.
They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountains, my mountain, saith the Lord.
And we have it, all right? So I've made the case that serpent is a literal snake. Now I got to make the case that serpent is also Satan inhabiting that snake's body, working together with him in unison. Right?
Because that was her favorite animal.
Huh?
That was her favorite animal.
That was whose favorite animal?
Eve. That's all we hear.
That was her favorite animal?
It says it was her favorite animal.
What says that?
The Bible says that the serpent, she favored the serpent more than all the other animals.
We need book chapter verse. What verse says that?
That's the same as far as like.
Nah, I think that's in it.
You think it's in there?
I think it is.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Y'all go ahead. Let me give me a second.
Yes, sir.
It said that who I didn't hear the question. Like somebody, what did he say?
He said that Eve favors that serpent, the snake.
Who Eve?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you know a verse like that?
That's the same.
No, let me search it out.
Nah, I never heard that.
No, that's That's new. I heard that one either. All right, let's get the other one. So let's show that serpent is also there, called Satan. Let's go to the obvious scripture, the last book of the Bible, Revelation chapter 2. We're gonna start there. That's the quickest and the obvious one to go to immediately. We can clarify that.
I had some brothers down here tell me that it was the white man. The serpent. They say the serpent was the white man. Some brothers down here.
Kites. Anakites.
I don't know. They didn't say white man.
Are they Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah.
That wouldn't make any sense. That's a contradiction because according to them, the so-called white man came on the Esau. There was no.
They actually with that group called Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but again, according to their doctrine, the white man came on the Esau. There was no white man before Esau.
Well, no, what he said when I told him that, he said, "See, brother," this is what he told me. He said, "The Zeit words, I'm not verbatim. See, brother, you don't understand reincarnation."
How's it gonna be a reincarnation with the serpent? There is no. This is the first human beings that's on the earth.
I agree with you, brother. I'm saying that's what they say. That's what he told me, bro.
That's why
my thing was, even if it was, they got killed during the flood, and he was like, "Nah, they came back to Esau, brother." He said that's too deep for you. That's what he told me.
They came back to Esau, okay. But you got to. There wasn't black in Adam and Eve's time. I mean, there wasn't white in Adam and Eve's time.
Yeah, I agree.
We know Adam was a so-called black man because the text specifically tells us God made him in his image and likeness. And Daniel says God got woolly hair.
When Cain did his act that he could have lost his memory.
They teach that. They teach that. They teach Cain, the mark was put upon Cain is the mark of leprosy. He lost his pigmentation. Again, they can't prove it. But they're going to say that's what they're going to say it is. And then Cain reincarnates as Esau.
Yeah, no, that's what he said. It started with the serpent, then it went on Cain, then it went. He keep going. That's how he was saying. I was like, I never heard that before, brother.
But I know you heard that they said that the Eve and the serpent had sex. I know you heard that one, right?
Oh yeah. That's weird.
Maybe that's why.
That ain't happening. So that's not there, bro. It's stop.
Yeah, that's
no text about say that Eve favored the serpent.
The crazy thing why this doctrine is so crazy is because I told the brother that means these people or whoever they were, the white man in the garden, he got stuck in the garden because the only people got kicked out was Adam and Eve. So they still in the garden then.
Who's still in the garden?
I'm saying they saying that serpent was the white man. I told him that means he's still in the garden. Because he only kicked out Adam and Eve, you know what I mean? And then he put up the two cherubims. So if the mindset, what I was trying to tell him, the mindset was that that serpent was the white man, that means the white man's still in paradise.
I can see that, but I think he kicked him out too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I think yeah.
I think everybody was in transgression got put out of because that was paradise. It was put out of paradise. Yeah. Okay, who got that in all right.
We're first.
Start at verse 1.
Revelation chapter 20, starting from the top. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand.
Yeah. See, look, just a regular angel. Let's be clear. It's a regular angel came down. I'm telling you, some of these regular angels, you don't know what you're dealing with. These dudes, they handle their business. The guy came down with a key in his hand at the bottomless pit. And he had a great chain in his hand. Go ahead.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent,
Go ahead.
which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
So this verse here clearly sounds like that serpent was Satan. That's why I made the case for that it calls to be a snake. And you can reconcile the verses that I pulled to say that it's not a literal snake, right? So this verse is tying us all the way back to the serpent, right? And it's also called, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Notice that this angel bound him by himself. He didn't know help. We saw this earlier in the text. We read that Satan had a war with Gabriel, and it was fighting. This angel, he don't need no help. He just chained him up by himself, locked him up for 1,000 years. He needs no backup. We read in Daniel, though, who needed some backup? Gabriel needed some backup.
So
this guy don't need no backup to deal with Satan. Yes, sir.
So he's the fallen dragon, that old serpent, which is
he laid on the dragon, right? That old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, right? So devil is being deceiver, right? And Satan means adversary, right? Adversary, the deceiving adversary. And he bound him 1,000 years. Yes, sir.
What is the dragon?
The dragon is the one that gives power unto the Antichrist, right? He's called a dragon because he has the characteristic of an animal, right? But it isn't. There is no like fire breathing animal.
Blowing steam or like popping.
Yeah. Stuff. Listen, back in 1611, yeah, dragons. They wouldn't use the word dragons. Like back in 1611, they wouldn't use the word alien. It would be stranger. Today we understand alien, right? As an alien, what an alien is. In King James time, they would not use the word alien. They would use the word stranger. Right. I'm forgetting the word that they use for. I'm forgetting the word that they used back then for dragon. It's slipping my mind, but it's not dragon. Today, that's what we would, what I'm saying. We are accustomed to say that term.
Not fire breathing serpent.
Huh?
Not fire breathing serpent. I already used that too.
Yeah. So the word is slipping my mind. Anyway. So we see this goes all the way back to the garden. The serpent was in the garden. All right, we got that. For 2 Samuel chapter 21. 2 Samuel chapter 20, chapter 21. You make sure of the right. This is looking kind of wrong. Yeah, this is not. It's 20. It was 24. The wrong chapter down here. 24. Yeah, this is it right here. 2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1.
I'll take it.
All right, go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 24 from the top. And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, "Go, number Israel and Judah."
Right. So he moved David against them. Remember, the text starts out by saying God is angry at who? Israel. He's angry at Israel. That's whose anger is up, right? So he moved David to move David against them to say, "Go number them." You don't be numbering. Numbering, when you number something, it's usually to cut something off, get rid of some stuff. You're numbering something, you get rid of try to cut some stuff off. Yeah. to go number Israel, right? This particular portion of the text is known as the exoteric. It's exoteric. What's exoteric? Exoteric is knowledge. It's knowledge private. It's knowledge that's intended or likely to be understood by the general public and widespread, right? Exoteric. This is what exoteric is, right? EXO, exoteric. And then we have the other one is esoteric. And I'm never gonna get this is the exoteric. We need to get the exoteric, right? The esoteric is knowledge that is private, is obscure, right? Is exclusive, intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people. The esoteric. Only a few understands that. This is the exo. Now we need the esoteric. The esoteric, can we get that in 2 Chronicles 21, verse 1? Must be 1 Chronicles. Wrong verse. Let's see. Yeah, 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 1. Right? This again is the esoteric. First Chronicles. I'm sorry, I gave the wrong Chronicles. I guess second. I mean 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 1. When you read the Kings, it's basically giving you the exoteric, like the literal. When you read it again back in Chronicles give you like the behind the scene, the esoteric understanding of those same events, like the behind the scene understanding of how those things kind of took place, right? From a spiritual perspective, which again, that's only for a few people to get to understand the esoteric. Most people understand the exoteric, right? Who got that?
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
1 Chronicles chapter 21 from the top. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel.
So we see who God used for him to provoke David to number Israel. He used Satan, right, to do it. So this is where he comes in, and God can use him to get something done that he won't done because he's mad at Israel, right? So I'm saying that we can see if Satan can move David to do something, he can move that serpent also to do something. So the difference I'm pointing out is that the serpent in the garden, he in on it. Versus here where David is not in on it, he just being moved to do it, right? But he even comes back and he said that even though he was moved on it, he's taking blame and said, I counted them. I counted them. Punished. Yes, sir.
So Yahweh Shai, Job, Noah, even John, it's only a few that didn't do what Satan asked. Because I'm seeing, like, you know how
there's only a few people.
A few on the earth that didn't participate in the temptation of
what Satan. I'm saying is that there's a few people that Satan can't do this stuff to. Unless the Most High allow it. He couldn't do this to Hamashiach Yahushua.
Job.
He can do it to Job, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about as far as moving to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing just how powerful he is. And if he can do this to a human being, like a serpent, an animal that's not That's no big deal for him to do that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But in both instances, as we see, the serpent got judged, and David is also here saying, David also got judged and agreed down as well. They're complicit. Yes, sir.
So now I'm looking from what you were saying from the beginning to them both being together when he approached them. He was told not to eat it, this, that, and the third. Do you really think Eve bit it first?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I can picture, but
And gave it to Adam. But again, there's a lot of background with that serpent. I mean, the serpent is so subtle in his movement, but there is someone above him, which would be man, Adam. He might have an issue with that. And here comes Satan, listen, I can put you on top. I can even get you to be worshipped. Here's the plan.
worshipped.
Here's the plan. Roll with me and talking to eating that tree in the middle of the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna be a God, and you're gonna be above them. Because we see he is right or wrong. He's an animal that rose from the ground, walking on the ground, till he's being worshipped by so many cultures.
He does.
Not. Yeah. But I'm just saying there's some backstory stuff going on here. God, look where he was to where he is today.
And he served in many forms of that serpent too. The dragon is still even around.
And you know what the thing is? When he got the 8th rib, took it out of him, that grows back. If you cut a snake tail, it'll grow. Lizard tail will grow back. But on a snake, if you cut the ending of him, it'll grow back like a
Yeah,
lizard.
it grows back. Yes.
Certain snakes.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to come here to show you the two different, the exo and the eso, but at the same time show you how Satan can inhabit someone's mind and make them do something, right? Or I mean, he's complicit with him to get whatever needs to get done. Get it happen, right?
Even Job's wife.
So there's, I mean, in other words, they would say this. There is another element of this, right? Here's the other element, right? Paul talks about how Satan can transform to the angel of light, right? So the serpent, you can say, well, he was speaking to an angel. It's Satan transformed into an angel of light that she's speaking to, right? That makes sense?
That do make sense.
Say it one more time.
Paul says that Satan is transformed into an angel of light, right? So he's actually the serpent, but he transformed to angel of light, and he's speaking to Eve, Adam and Eve, right? Both of them. But his appearance isn't his real appearance. He's changed into an angel of light. So when Adam and Eve sees him, they thinking it's a angel, as they always been seen in the dark, right? An angel, and speaking to them. So their guard is not up, their guard is down. Right? So they're looking at what he's saying, what he's saying got to be in line with what God is saying, because he looked like an angel of light.
Right.
I'm saying that's plausible.
Yeah.
The only problem you're running into is when the serpent get judged, is the problem you're running into. The crawling and the eating dust part is the issue that they keep running into. You have to then harmonize that with what we read in Isaiah 65:25, how he's still eating dust even in the millennium reign. Yes, sir.
Because if you look at the patterns on the snake and how the snake is actually made, it's actually a beautiful creature. It looks scary, but it is beautiful.
The design, of course. The Most High design, of course, is second to none, of course. Different species of snakes as well. Some deadlier than others, right? But I'm just saying, I'm throwing it in there to give all the possibility of what we're dealing with here when you're dealing with the serpent, right? Now, I don't think that happened. He turned the angel of light. I don't think that happened, but I can't rule it out either and say it's impossible. It's just that you have to harmonize other verses that I don't see you can harmonize if that's your stance, right?
I think he'll come in sheepskin, so wolf at heart.
Yeah, but if that's Satan, then he's cursed to crawl on the ground, and Eve does. Then that's not what happened to him. So that doesn't fit all the way through. It's plausible to a certain point, but then it falls apart later.
2/4 to
Yeah.
earth.
Yes, sir.
Well, what if there's a real snake that is actually the embodiment of Satan that we don't know about?
What you mean a real snake is
Like, what if he was really cursed? Satan was really cursed, and he's here on this earth as a snake.
Like, you talking about a fleshly animal?
No.
How is that possible? He's a spiritual being.
I mean, I think the mystery of the serpent is he's in between the spirit and flesh. I don't know how to explain it.
Which you mean he turns into a snake, and he comes back into a spiritual? Why would he do that?
Maybe just because he needs a different form or something he can appear at.
The text says he appears as a man. You need a verse to say he appears as a snake. Make that way. Again, it's not. I wouldn't say it's completely impossible. We don't know what this guy doing. You know, he roamed like a roaring lion, seeking who may devour. But the verse could be saying that he turns into a lion. You know, I mean, if he can turn into an angel of light, he can turn into a lot of other stuff. Can he not? I mean, he has power to do to turn into a lot of different things. So it ain't like, oh, that's impossible. It isn't impossible. So get the other verse right here. St. John, the 13, verse 27.
Yeah, I got this one.
You gotta be making a point that Satan is possibly can possess that animal, and both of them together is coercing to deceive Adam and Eve, right? They're just showing you the other part. That he's can be present there. It ain't just with just the animal, and the demon at the time is not there. I'm saying he can be there to be verses I'm showing, right?
Wouldn't that be called what they call shape shifting?
No, this is speaking of. I want to use the word. I want to use the word possession.
Okay.
But it's not quite possession because they're working together.
I got you.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
They're working together. You know what I'm saying?
Like a pup, like what them things called, like when somebody don't talk but they got one of them puppets on their lap.
Yes, kind of like that. Yes, sir. Right.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Well, ventriloquist really doesn't have consent from the puppet, so it's more like possession with consent, right?
Say it again, and you're gonna load out of the thing.
I said a ventriloquist example doesn't really quite fit because like the puppet's not really a person or whatever. I would say more it's like possession with consent.
Possession with consent?
Yes. Yeah, that's like more of like what this case we talked about, right?
Oh, I see what he's saying.
Talking about the puppet? What are you talking about?
No, he's talking about the snake gave consent to sex.
Oh, I got you. Okay. But no, I think he's bringing up the ventriloquist thing to show you that the whole act takes them both. Even though the person behind has more control, right, or all the control, they still both of them together working together to get it done.
Right, but the puppet doesn't really like allow that. He just like doesn't really have any they had no input on it.
He doesn't, but I'm saying, but that would be the same thing, really, if Satan wanted to just take complete control, he could.
I got you. Okay, I apologize.
He could if he wanted to.
I got you. Yeah, for sure, he definitely could. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if he does that, then all the blame goes on him, and the serpent becomes not liable because he's been completely.
Right.
Yes, sir.
He loses his ability to accuse at that.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
That's, again, we're not dealing with a dumb spiritual being. Satan is smart. Not dumb. Listen, he knows. Listen, he knows how to tread when he's moving in the Most High's creation.
Featherfoot.
Because he knows he gets certain lines he can't cross.
Oh, tread like
certain lines he can't cross.
Bro, so you think it's like, you know how when the Most High, I believe in this example, the Most High, when he sent that lions and the bears back in the land to eat those people that was like, they didn't know Torah, so he sent the animals to destroy them. You know that story? I forget where it's at. When the people went in the land, and then he sent the animals to eat to tear them up. Israel.
Second Kings. Yeah.
Right, in 2 Kings. So you think the devil can have that same type of power then?
Easy.
Wow. Okay. Easy. Boy, that's something else. So when them pit bulls go crazy, boy, they can be possessed. You don't even know it.
Definitely. He has a lot of power. Don't underestimate him for a second. Like Paul said, we're not ignorant of his devices. We've been educated about how he moves in certain things. You know what I'm saying? His devices and so on and so forth. And we understand through the knowledge of the Most High Christ that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right or wrong. This is a spiritual battle. We got to understand what the real battle is. And that's why a lot of people lose the battle because they're trying to fight a carnal battle.
Even like the alligators really pass on anything. Sharks pass on certain stuff.
All right, so who got this right here in St. John?
I got it.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you have this.
Okay, yeah, we're going to read the book of St. John, chapter 13, verse 27. And it reads, and after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Jesus unto him, thou doest do quickly.
So when Satan jumped inside of Judas, Christ said to him, what thou doest do quickly. Who do you think Christ was speaking to at this point?
Satan.
Right. Why do you think he's speaking to Satan?
Because he's telling him to get out of there. Hurry, do what you got to do and get out of there.
Why is he not speaking to Judas?
Because it's spiritual thing he battling. Spiritual.
Huh?
Judas is not in control.
Spiritual.
Satan was controlling.
I say he's speaking to Judas.
You do?
Yes. Because if you remember, when Peter was saying, you ain't gonna die, what did he say to Peter? Satan. Who did he address?
Satan.
Why did he address Peter?
Because
Peter said it, but why did he address Peter?
He was possessed, like what this says.
I'm showing you. He specifically mentioned who he was addressing when Peter said what he said.
Satan.
That spirit behind what he was saying. The spirit behind what he was saying was influencing Peter to say what he was saying. He addressing that spirit behind what he made him say that. Here, we know that Christ called Judas a what?
Devil.
He called him a devil. That's just before he was possessed by Satan, right? Christ already called him a devil already. He said, I've not chosen you 12, and one of you is the devil. So when he's addressing him here, he's addressing Judas. What you do quickly. I know you a devil. I know Satan jumped in you, but you are in cahoots with him. You with it. You want to do that? Remember, you took the money already to betray me anyway.
Wow. You want me to fight the Romans?
The text doesn't say that Satan made him take the money. He did that on his own.
Wow. That's why his conscience, where he knew he threw the money for.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, how would you know the difference if it was Judas' mind just not being right, or if Satan is actually getting into him to make him speak to it?
Because the text calls him a devil. Isn't that what the devil will do? Betray?
Yeah, it takes them
for the money?
Yeah. Love of money. The root of all evil already right to the stand.
So at this point right here, when he goes out, he goes to go get the officers to come arrest Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? He not going here to go get the money. He got the money already. He's going to go get the people to come arrest him. And when they even come, they didn't know who Christ was. He had to give him a kiss to betray.
Kiss him.
Yeah. Because it's dark. And again, that's just goes to show you, couldn't have been a so-called white man. Maybe it'd be more clear than a so-called white man rolling 11 black men.
So Christ chose the 12, but he knew Judas had Satan in him or
hatred in him, the devil.
Okay, the hate in his heart. Oh,
he's a zealot. He's a zealot.
And he was already a tax man anyway. So
no, he wasn't a tax man. He's a zealot. Zealot hates Romans, and zealot even hate their own people, even at sides with the Romans. That's how zealots operate. Wow. Yeah, you look up the history on the zealots. They hated the Romans, and anybody want to side with them. But you have some Israelites who sided with Romans. I see what you're saying. And with Herod, like the Herodians.
He didn't like the Herodians.
Of course not. Listen, he wouldn't like anybody that had the Israelite that had the power to save them from the hand of the Romans and not doing that. You know, you got the power to knock the Romans down and you're not doing it? Like, what's going on here? Listen, everybody understood that Messiah going to come and do what? Save them from the Romans. Everybody had that idea. He's going to come save them from the Romans. Listen, that's why the apostles asked him, will you at this time restore the kingdom? He said, not for you. Even they was waiting for that to happen. They figured, this is the Messiah. Well, we good. He's going to bring the kingdom back and we rolling. You know what I'm saying? Listen, even John the Baptist was doing things. Remember, he only asked him, says, hey, what's going on? Are you he? Or we looking for another? Because you hear healing and he asked like, what,
Hey, it's Lucky.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you. It's very low. I can't hear you.
I was just about to say that. Beat me to it.
All right, what about now?
When you said now, but everything before that, no.
It sounded like you far away from the mic or something.
Yes. I can't hear you, bro.
You right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, that's good. That's better.
The fan blowing now. Okay. All right. That would do something like that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I'm in the same place I didn't move.
That's crazy, bro, because whatever it was, like, dude, we couldn't hear really what you're saying, bro.
It like sound like you're a long way away from the phone.
It probably was the fan that was blowing. We turned the fan off. That could have been blowing my sound another way.
Yeah.
And we know what that was.
Satan in the fan, man. That was Satan in the fan.
He is the president of airwaves.
God, he in the fan.
He's playing air games.
Yeah.
God. All right, so we see that Satan possessed them. So I believe, I want to be clear that I believe we're speaking the same when he says that thou doest do quickly. I think he's speaking to Judas. Because he knows Satan jumped in. I think he's speaking to Judas. So,
could it have been that he was telling Satan to come out of Judas quickly?
No.
Okay.
No. I understand what you're saying, but like when he says that do it quickly, like it sounds like to me that I'm just saying, like reading this part right here, it sounds like he's trying to say, all right, Satan, I know you in there, just do what you need to do and leave.
That's how I'm looking at it. That's kind of what I was saying. It kind of sounds like he's saying, you know, Judas is still mine, right?
Judas is not here.
Because he didn't commit suicide.
But he said, I chose you 12.
And one of you is a devil.
But I chose you like that on purpose.
So it kind of sounds like he's speaking to the devil in Judas, saying, hurry up and come out of him. He's mine.
No.
But Judas is not.
Saying, hurry up and handle your business. Because who else would betray me if I didn't have one on the side that is a devil? The value of the Lord. So I chose you at this time and place for a reason.
St. John chapter 12, St. John chapter 17, verse 12. St. John chapter 17, verse 12. This is just to answer Isaiah's question.
Okay. I'll take it.
Go ahead.
St. John chapter 17, verse 17?
Verse 12.
Verse 12. Okay. And it reads, While I was with them in the world, I kept them kept them in thy name. Those that thou givest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scriptures might be fulfilled.
Who's the son of perdition that he's lost? Judas.
Mm-hmm.
Those that thou gavest me, I have kept.
Come.
And none of them is lost.
Come.
But who?
Judas.
But the son of perdition.
Come. Okay. He's lost.
Son of perdition is the son of hell.
Mm.
What that the scripture might be fulfilled.
Come.
So you don't think Judas could have came back in reincarnation after killing himself?
I wouldn't know. What I do know is that he repented. He did do that. After that, I'm throwing a blank. Again, he could. Again, I'm not ruling it out. He did repent. He did went and hang himself. He did feel better about what he did. Mm-hmm. He went and hung himself. You know what I'm saying? But still, regardless, he did do something egregious. Yes, sir.
But like, do you think for the act of committing suicide, for what he had did, each on a different level from like, I lost my job and committing suicide, like, you know, they probably go to hell for the suicide. You think it was somewhat understandable, like the man he betrayed, him committing suicide, I can't live with this. It'll be somewhat feasible.
Could be. Yeah, could be. We're dealing with a God of compassion and mercy. We don't fully understand something like that, his judgments. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand why the Most High didn't kill David after he committed murder and adultery. We don't fully know everything, how the Most High operated and moved. You know what I'm saying?
The Lord's Prayer explained a little bit of it. I mean,
as far as what?
Well, I mean, didn't David have to forgive people so he could be forgiven?
Forgive people for what? You mean? I don't know.
A couple instances that he had, like, I kind of lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like the scriptures say, my ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are not your thoughts. As high as the heavens, the earth is higher than the heavens. That's high my ways is. Mm-hmm. So there are certain things that we're not going to understand right now. We cannot definitively say rule anything. A lot of people say that Judas is done. He betrayed the Messiah. People even say what he did was blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Clearly, it's blasphemy. It ain't blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Judas had the Holy Spirit. So, if he had the Holy Spirit, Satan couldn't jump in it. Doesn't work that way. So he didn't have that. So he didn't commit blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Right. So that's the verse to show you that he wasn't Christ. He was the son of perdition. Right. That's what he was.
So, and perdition is hell?
Yeah, perdition is hell. Okay. So, 1 John chapter 3, verse 8. 1 John chapter 3, verse 8 is another verse I have here.
Hey, can I say one thing before you read that out?
Yes, sir.
The scripture that came to me just now was that, remember those demons said, "Let us go into the pigs." So that shows that they can't go into the animals. And then them boys went and committed suicide. They went down into the river, didn't they? Something like that. Swine.
Yes. But
so them swine weren't naturally going to do that at first, until them demons got in them, and the demons drove them to go into that water to drown themselves.
I think them pigs ran into that water.
Oh, you think once the pigs got in there, the demon got in there, the pigs like,
yes,
man, that's bad. The pigs don't even want you in them.
Yes, because remember the demons did not want to go to the abyss, so they asked them to cast us into the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
But once the pigs die, where they gonna go?
To the abyss.
Into the abyss.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus granted it. He was like, you don't know.
No, he granted it.
Yeah,
trying to be slick.
Wow, okay, you trying to be slick, huh?
We're trying to be slick, but not know the pigs
it.
are gonna like the pigs like, no, we ready to die for that. You ain't doing it. You ain't for the escape.
Right. Pigs.
Yeah, the pigs ran out.
Because Jesus could have sent them to hell right there, huh?
Of course. Wow. That's why they asked to go into the pigs.
Mm-hmm.
And he allowed it.
And the pigs kind of sent.
They thought they were good. We'll just stay in the pigs.
They like the pigs dirty, we dirty. The pigs like, nah, y'all filthy.
Whoa, muddy pig.
Gotta cut the fat.
Thinking like, well, too dirty. I'm dirty, but y'all too dirty.
Yeah.
Y'all messing up my swag, man.
Wow.
All right, who got that?
I'll tell you. 1 John chapter 3, verse 8. He that committeth sin is of the devil.
Right? He that committed sin is what?
Of the devil.
That's Judas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he had the bag and he was because they said because he was a thief, right? Who committed sin is of the devil. Go ahead.
For the devil sinneth from the beginning.
Which beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Genesis? Because Genesis means
the
beginning. What's the sin? Is the deception of Adam and Eve to remove Adam from his post of being in the order of Melchizedek, the king of the earth. He sinned it from the beginning. Go ahead.
For this purpose, the Son of God was manifested that he might destroy the works of the devil. So Christ is manifest so he can destroy the works of the devil. The works of the devil is to remove the order that the Most High set down. Because that's what he did. He disrupted the order that the Most High set down, the order of Melchizedek. He disrupted it. And that's why there's chaos. So the Son of God was manifested that he might destroy that and bring it back in order. He's not, and now he becomes Melchizedek, comes in the order of Melchizedek to restore back what's originally there.
I never understood how he was in the order of Melchizedek. Thank you. Man.
That's how you know Melchizedek. He's to restore what Satan messed up. Yes, Tony.
So this means in the beginning, the devil been waiting to get at Adam like that, and he see he couldn't get through Adam, and when he see Eve being made, that's when he decided to.
But I think he was upset that Adam got that particular position of office, being flesh and blood, right? Remember, he's just a cherubim, a guardian angel, right? But he was not just but he was, like the text said, he's beautiful and all that different thing. He can sing and all that different things, you know what I'm saying? But he was not given a station of an order of Melchizedek. The order of Melchizedek is a position that would be considered even higher than what he has. He's over an entire thing where he's just like a guardian angel singing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A guardian angel, a cherubim. So of course, the text says until iniquity was found in you, right? We're gonna continue and find out more. So this suggests again that this is Genesis when he fell, and this is the reason why also the most Christ was manifested to bring things back into order. Which Christ is doing this thing. It's right. Clear. Mashiach Yahushua is doing this thing.
In the order of Melchizedek.
In the order of Melchizedek. 1 John chapter 3, verse 14. We are going to just go down to verse 14.
I'll take it.
All right. Who got that?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
John chapter 3, verse 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren.
Because we love, so we know we have passed from death unto life. Why? Because we love our brothers and sisters. Let's be clear. And sisters. All right. Go ahead.
He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Abideth in death. If you love your brother and your sister, we're not leaving the sisters out. You abideth in death. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath entered life abiding in him.
Eternal life abiding in him, right? Now, who's the murderer? Hasatan. How is he a murderer? According to this verse right here.
Through hate.
He hated who?
Adam.
Huh? Adam. Who's Adam? Who's Adam to him?
Brother.
His brother.
Right.
Brother. Right? Don't they all have one father?
Father of lights.
So he hated his brother. He hated Adam. All right? Who's ever hated his brother is a murderer. That's what Christ called him, right? Christ said he was a what from the beginning? A murderer from the beginning. Because in the beginning he hated his brother. Who? Adam. Right? I'm going to show you some verses where an angel is calling human beings brothers.
Wow. Because we are Israel.
Wow. Right? So we can see the last book of the Bible, Revelation chapter 19. Let's get verse 10. I'm gonna pull two of them. I'm actually pulling. We could pull three of them. Who got that?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 19, starting at verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
So the angel stopped him and let him know, hey, I'm your fellow servant, and I'm of thy who? Brethren. I'm of thy brethren that had the testimony of Jesus Christ, just like you do, right? Worship God, for the testimony of Hamashiach Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. When you're speaking of Hamashiach Yahushua, you're speaking of future things, right? Because he's the future, right? He's the future. He's coming, his future is rulership, is permanent rulership, right? That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get there. Tony.
So after Hamashiach Yahushua, he had rulership for 1,000 years.
He had rulership for 1,000 years.
And
here on earth.
What happens after that?
After that, he gives up that authority to the Most High.
Back to the
He's still ruling, but the authority, right? He has the authority over the entire earth. Him alone. Just him have it, right? For 1,000 years. But then he gives that up, the authority, to the Most High, that God can have authority everywhere, in every place. Paul says that God may be all in all. All in all means that he may have rulership in everything, everywhere. Right? For a limited time, Christ had all rulership for 1,000 years over the earth. Right? Over the sky, the heaven, and then the earth.
Okay.
That's only for 1,000 years. Yes, sir.
And that's around the time where Satan is chained for
it's locked
1,000
up.
years.
Facts. He's locked up at that particular time. Yeah. So he had to give that authority up. back to the Most High. Because the Most High gave it to him for 1,000 years. He gives it back to the Most High.
Like the
But
president,
he's still king. He's still going to be ruling, even though now the Most High has authority again over everything again.
like the president letting the mayor rule that town for
A certain amount of time. Right. All right, let's get another one. Let's get chapter 22. Chapter 22, verse 8 and 9. Revelations 22, we're going to get verse 8 and verse 9. Who got that?
I'll take them.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 22, starting at verse 8. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which shewed me these things.
Go ahead.
Then said he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, the prophets, and of them which keep the saying of this book, worship the Most High.
So another angel in the way, I'm of your brethren, the prophets. All right? Clearly. So this verse is also subject, Tony, you got something, Tony?
I'm just thinking that this is cold how Satan wanted to fight over Moses' body and aren't he a brethren?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He wanted his body. He can do a lot of stuff with Moses' body. You know what I'm saying? This is another reason why when you go into Hebrew burial, I have all the spices and stuff on there, and they wrap it and stuff like that. It's something to help keep demons away. They don't like that kind of frankincense smell.
Right.
It repels them.
Right.
So they always wrap dead bodies in those things. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Because a demon would jump in that dead body because you're gone, you're out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Like how he did the pigs.
Yeah. But that's how he did. That's how he did to the Antichrist, because he has a deadly wound. He actually dies, but because that spirit jumps in that body that died, he resurrects, right? So he calls it a deadly wound, which is an oxymoron, because if it's deadly, he died, but it's a wound because he came back.
So he could
be a deadly wound because he survived.
President then, probably. He might be a president.
He's a military leader because he goes to war. Yeah, he's a military leader. I say you see right here the angel calling him, I'm of your brethren the prophets, right? Let's get one more. St. John chapter 17. St. John chapter 20, verse 17. This will be the last one and we can move on. St. John chapter 7. St. John chapter 20, verse 17.
Yeah, I got this one.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got it. Reading from the book of St. John, chapter 20, and verse 17, and it reads, Jesus said unto her, touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren.
Go to who?
My brethren.
Calling them brothers. Right? Go to my brothers. Right? So if Christ is calling them brothers, we know that we're brothers. Before Satan we were brothers. He would him, Hasatan, not Hasatan, but the angel, the cherubim, were brothers. You know what I'm saying? Lucifer, right? Before he became that afterwards.
And this is how you know Jesus ain't the Father. He our brother.
Right.
The king.
But anyone that's saying Jesus is God, they can't reconcile it. How is God calling his creation brothers?
Wow.
It's also proved Jesus Christ he's a created being. He's a created being because he's calling other created beings brothers. Make complete sense.
Like the angels.
Yeah. He's the first created being, so he has seniority and authority, being the position that he was created in. You know what I'm saying?
Big bro.
That's it. Go ahead.
And said unto them, I sent unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God.
There you go, right? My Father and your Father. So we brothers. Okay, so that's how Satan becomes a murderer, as Christ called him, because he hated his brother, Adam.
And I put on the scale for Satan to really hate us more and more and more.
Yes, he don't like. I mean, he don't like no human being.
I mean, period. But
I don't see him liking any of us. I've not read anywhere where he liked any of us, even the one that's on his side. He don't like them neither.
Hating something.
Because he leaned them to the lake of fire. You don't love them, he lead into the lake of fire, then follow me to the lake of fire. That's straight up hatred. You know what I'm saying?
Bless them that bless Israel.
Huh?
Bless them that bless Israel. With all the...
No. He ain't with all that. No. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Stop. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Let me get two more actually.
People are like, whoa, I'm not with all that.
Let's get Ephesians chapter 3, verse 15. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 15. And let's start up. Verse 14. Let's do 14 and 15. Who got that? Ephesians chapter 3. Go ahead, brother.
I read from the book of Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 14, and it reads, "For this cause I bow my knees unto the Father of the Lord Jesus Christ."
Right? That's what, so Paul is letting you know, I bow my knees unto the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. Get on his knees for the Most High. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 3 verse 15, it reads, "Of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named."
Of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named. Who is that?
Israel.
Yeah, that's the family on earth. And the family in heaven?
Yahweh.
That's the angels.
Angels.
All got one name. Most High's name.
No.
The whole family in heaven and in earth has one name. Israel. Right? Is an angel an Israelite?
Whoa.
Wouldn't he be an Israelite?
He would.
He would be if he got, because that's the Most High name.
That's what it's found.
See, they think Israel is just a carnal thing. It's a spiritual thing as well. It's a family name. It's a family name.
Family whole name.
Yeah, it's a family name. You just can't be a part and jump into the family name. That doesn't work that way.
I believe my way in your family.
Yeah, you can't believe you ain't nobody's family. How does that work?
I get a safe now, will.
Yeah.
Hey, but you get adopted though.
You say what?
You get adopted though.
You get adopted, but you're not the family.
You get treated like a stepchild.
No,
that's not that. Adopted get better treated than stepchild.
He get treated like a stepchild?
Of course.
I was not expecting you to say that.
But you are a stepchild. Are you not a stepchild?
Yes.
You're a stepchild. That's what you are.
With the kids.
But you know that treatment is said.
Yeah, but adopted child will get treated better than stepchild. Let's keep it real.
I don't know.
But not on the.
I think what you're referencing is them just being evil to the stepchild.
And they get away with it.
It's like a negative, but that's not really accurate.
But we know that a stepchild is not equal to the real child, the blood child, right? But doesn't mean you're gonna treat them evil. But we have seen instances where they have been going overboard because he's the stepchild, right? They hate him because he's a stepchild and he's not the original blood.
And I would say deep down, I mean, I never been a stepchild, but I mean I had my mom and I had boyfriends, but that's I ain't look at them. I just look at them like whatever, you know what I mean?
He ain't no
But
blood.
but I don't think they feel the same. Like you know your father, even though you have a stepdad, it doesn't compare to your father. You know what I mean? I always knew my dad. My mom had got divorced, they got remarried, so I had what you would call a stepdad. But my dad was all my life, so I never looked at that guy like I ain't never called him stepdad or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know if stepchild ever feel a part of the family, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Huh.
I could be wrong, but
no, you're right.
I have a personal example. So like,
Go to a funeral.
my father like had stepchildren like my older brother and my older sister. Like there's times where they went to their sister's house. I didn't know about this shit. They told me about this later because I was too young, but they couldn't eat at the table.
oh my God, that's horrible.
Man.
Or eat, bro. Like seriously.
Wow.
That's horrible, bro. Wow. And that's pain, man. Jeez.
I got a cold father, bro. I'm telling you.
Yo.
I'm gonna play that.
I mean, but I say they again, you have to have all the facts and the information before you make a judgment call.
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to. Did you ask him why you do that?
Oh, my father?
Yes.
Bro, like we're not going down this rabbit hole right now, bro.
No, I get you. Here's what I'm saying. I get you. I'll tell you what I'm saying is that we as Israelites, when you give a judgment, your judgment got to be fair. I make a judgment call because I have all the information and my conclusion is correct based on what I was told, right? Now, if you don't want to find out, then you make a judgment call just based on what you see there, and that's all the information you're going off. Or you're running a risk of being wrong in your conclusion. You know, that's all I'm saying, right? Now we know in the Bible that it uses this adoption thing, this word adoption, but it's obviously mistranslated. It's sonship. It isn't adoption. The Most High isn't adopting outside people into the family of Israel. That's not what he's doing.
Could it be this, Amayan? Could it be this? Because like you just stated that Ephesians 3:16 or whatever. Could it be that? Because I always been calling this, if somebody don't believe in Christ, an Israelite, I call them a Jacobite, right? Now, and the reason why I call them a Jacobite is because they come out of Jacob. But I truly believe if you don't get Christ in your heart and become like a believer in the Most High, Christ, through Christ, I don't believe that you can carry the name Israelite, but I don't believe you're an Israelite indeed, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? So I think there's a difference than somebody that's just a fleshly born bloodline, Jacobite, come out of Jacob, right? That just carry the name Israelite, than a brother who has been birthed into the body of Hamashiach. And I think Christ look at us different. I think he look at the two Israelites different.
I agree with you. I agree. That's why the text tells us in Christ you're a new creature. You know what I'm saying? All things have become new. You're now in the fullness of what is called an Israelite, right? An Israelite is the son of the Most High God. It's a prince of the Most High God.
And then y'all said they used to call them Jakes or something like that. I heard y'all mention a long time ago.
Yes.
But he said, only come for the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
They call Jacob. The camp one west. They used to call our brothers and sisters, or brothers out there, really. Even the sisters do. They call them Jake.
And that's the brothers who don't know they Israelites, right?
Yes, the brothers they call them Jake. Jake out there tripping, he said. They always said every time we come back from camp, man, Jake wilding right now. Jake tripping.
Sometimes they call them Jakes just because that word just so.
Well, it's short. I never knew what it meant until I was then I had to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, I thought it's from Jacob, but what threw me off was the K. That's a J-O, that's a C. Where's the K from? So I'm like, the K was throwing me off, right? Jake is J-A-K-E, am I right? No, Jake ain't J-A-K-E.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So that's why I asked. I said, man, who y'all calling Jake? They said, oh man, that's short for Jacob. I'm not asking for Jacob. It's for Jacob. We're just gonna
No,
go.
that's Jack. J-A-K.
No, Jack is J-A-C-K.
Jack, see, I'm crossing some stuff up.
Go to help out. There you go, brother. Yeah, help him out.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm on point now.
You Jack in the box?
Yeah.
No, but that was their thing. That was their thing back then, man. You know.
But we should be, Jay.
No, I do agree that there is a difference between a regular, just from someone from Jacob and an Israelite. I mean, there has to be, because there is separation in Israel. You know, Christ's body. Remember, and Christ himself is called Israel. He's called Israel. Text called him Israel. You know what I'm saying? So everybody under his umbrella or believing in him would be considered an Israelite, right? And the ones outside, of course, Jacobite. But once they come around and get into law, 37 commandments, then they move into a different stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? As being, because they're gonna be once again, as we understand it, remarried to the Most High, while we, by the presently married to the Messiah, right? In the order of Melchizedek.
Still Gentile.
Huh?
Gentile to Jakes.
Yeah, that's why Paul talks about peace to the Israel of God, right? He's specifically speaking of a section of Israel, of Jacobites, that's going to come into that realm of being the Israel of God, right?
And that makes sense, because if Yahweh's name is Israel too, and then he's talking about his brothers, the angels, you can see how we all brothers.
I'll get one more. Deuteronomy 23:7. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 7.
Gentile to Jake. Not Jake the snake.
Chapter
23, verse 7. Who got that?
I got it.
All right, go ahead.
I read from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 7, and it reads, "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite." Edomite, yeah. For he is thy brother.
Okay, he's your what?
Your brother.
Okay, so we are commanded. This is a command from the God, and not to hate Edomite. Why?
Because he's your brother.
Because he's your brother. And if you hate your Edomite, then you're a what?
Murderer.
He's a murderer.
Right.
That's why I'm telling these brothers. That's why if you go around hating Esau, because you're saying he's the Edomite, he's a so-called white man, you hate him, he's a murderer.
Right. Right.
I'm supposed to hate him.
Yes.
From a distance.
How you do that? How you do that?
Yeah, please. So explain.
Yeah, right. How you
He got the answer.
yeah, how you love from a distance. How you explain that?
We never fall out. We don't bump heads.
From a distance?
Really?
He said, you stay over there.
Wow.
You got his back? Way back.
Behind your back.
Next week.
Oh, this is the verse that, like I said, I don't know why Christians don't use this verse more.
Mm-hmm.
They should.
This verse right here. I'm saying they need to cut out this hatred for the so-called white man. They're sinning when they're doing that. They're sinning.
Oh yeah, of course.
So they're in sin. They don't even know it. They're thinking they're good, but they're not. That's why I don't speak on it. I mean, really, our focus is to get our people to the Most High Christ for His commandments. We speak it on Him. You know what I'm saying? We're here for our people. So those should not abhor an Edomite. It said, because he's your brother. But they're trying to say this verse isn't saying that. This is ridiculous. And what is it saying?
Sound like it's saying he's my brother to me.
Listen, even if this verse is not saying that, you still shouldn't hate your brother, because we are told this in the New Testament that you hate your brother, he's a murderer.
Right.
If that verse alone that we read in 1 John to say that's enough for me to not hate him, you're gonna say that he's not your brother? That they twins, we run into a problem there. It doesn't mean that it mean your brethren of your own nation.
No.
That's when they twist the Bible to make, you know what I'm saying, for them to hate. Yes, sir.
I remember back in the day, I heard GMS saying you could rob Esau, you could steal from him, you could lie to him, anything, because he's not your brother.
I remember them saying that. Lying on the word of God.
Book, chapter, verse.
Yeah. Book, chapter, verse. He's not your brother. That's ridiculous. All right, go ahead, brother. Who was reading?
I was. All right, bro. Reading for the book of book of Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. I'll start over. It says, "And thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou was a stranger in his land." Oh,
thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian.
Yes.
Because thou was a stranger in his land. You became a nation in his land.
Right. Right.
It's showing you how we are supposed to, even though that they treated us bad, the text is telling us we're not supposed to be hating them over that.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Why doesn't it refer to the Egyptian as a brother?
Say again?
Why doesn't it refer to the Egyptian as a brother?
Egyptian is not a brother. Not a brother. Egyptian is a brother.
Well, not a nation.
Egyptian's not a brother.
Shem.
They're Hamites.
They both came out of Ham.
They're not even Shemites. They're Hamites. They come to Mizraim. Yeah. But still, again, the Most High still recognized that you was in their land. You became a nation in their land.
Right.
That's enough for you to not hate them.
Right.
People are just quick to
Hate, man.
to jump to the hate line. But again, the problem with hatred, man, it blinds you.
Kind of stinky Hamites.
It blinds you, and not only does it blind you, it builds you up to Satan's possession. That's why it was easy for Satan to possess Judas. He's rolling in hatred. Easy to possess. Right. It's just doorways for him to enter. Not only him, his other minions too as well. He can take that hatred and manipulate you and make you say and do something later on you regret. And that's why God is commanding his people to not be like that.
Got a word.
You can get it easy. All right, let's
Yo, you know how we say that these people know? Do we really do you think, let's say like the Pope and like a lot of these white guys that's like in high offices, like pastors, do you think they really know that we are relatives to the angels? Do you think they really believe that?
God in high office?
Yeah, let's say like the Pope, like somebody who really know, like I know he know things that that the average pastor doesn't know. Do you think he really believes that we are the children of Israel?
I'm not sure. Because he's being manipulated and controlled. But he's not even the real Pope. The real one is got all black on.
I agree. Yes, that's true.
Like the front, you know what I'm saying? And the last ones that we've seen, that they've been, I think the one before this one thing, did he quit? I think the one before the one quit. He quit. He shook it off like, wait, hold up.
St. Francis.
Wait, hold on, what's going on? Yeah. He's like, wait a minute, hold up. I know someone slashed him with some Frank and Murray and stepped him out of there. But he quit. I think that's the first.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I don't never remember hearing that.
I think he's the first one to ever quit.
Probably.
I think someone doused him with some some Franken myrrh or something. Snapped out of it and said, "Oh no, get up out of here. Let me get up out of here.
Angels are real.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go to that lake of fire. Get up out of here."
Must have had a personal visit.
Proverbs 17:17. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. Who got that?
I'll take it.
Sure.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17.
Yes.
A friend loveth at all times.
Stop. See that? A real friend loveth at all times. A fake one, that's how you know he ain't a real friend. A real friend loveth at all times. He's with you through the thick and thin. He's there. He's a real friend. All right? Go ahead.
And a brother is born for adversity.
And a brother is born for adversity. Right? You and your brother, y'all gonna have disagreements and different things. Right? It's for adversity. What is it there? Sharpen you up. Iron sharpens iron. Right? God is not exactly the same. A brother is born for adversity. But again, that's where you come on with that love. That's why I say love the brother.
Wow.
Love your brother. You know what I'm saying?
I have a different take on this. Like when I say born out of adversity, I would say that when adversity comes, that's when you actually really realize who it is. Like that's how you brotherhood. Like I'm saying, like through adversity. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, like this dude really there when I really need him. Like that makes you closer. Would that be accurate too as well or no?
When there's adversity, you really need them. I'm not following you.
No adversity, like let's say, like for example, let's say like okay, I need further example, like let's say like when Isaac got stabbed, you know what I'm saying? I was there for him and like that, whatever, right? So like that means something when that happens. Like would that be accurate? Like it says born for adversity. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to go through something to be able to create that bond.
Well, it's speaking of a blood brother. He says born.
Oh, the blood brother. Okay, this blood brother. Okay.
A brother is born. He says for adversity. This is blood brother.
Oh, okay. But it means you guys are going to always do that because you guys like blood brothers.
Yeah, I'm speaking specifically to blood brothers. You know,
no problem. Got you.
Having the same mother or same father.
Okay, I got you, brother.
Right. But the other interpretation, because it's not just one, is where we get Jacob and Esau. Esau he's what? Adversity. He's born for adversity. He's born to be different. Right? He's born to be the negative. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jacob was showing him love, he wants the adversity to continue. He wants to be that adverse brother.
The murderer.
The murderer. Right.
He hates his brother.
Yeah, his brother. He's a murderer.
He's not his brother's keeper.
Right. He's specifically born for the adversity, the other side.
And they call Jacob a heel snatcher.
This verse even goes even understand what's happening with us as the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom. There's always been adversity between us and them throughout our history, right? Constantly. Always, right? We in the past we have had the upper hand on them, right? King David and other kings, we eventually lost it, right? Then he got the upper hand going off into the Greeks, right, and the Romans,
right,
and he has it till to this day. So currently, he's had the upper hand for the longest.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we're gonna get it back through our big brother.
Come on, yeah, y'all shy.
With the dukes and the duchess.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Who got that?
Come, I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the womb.
So he's speaking to the snake, right? Mm-hmm. Enmity between thee and the woman. Go ahead.
And between thee seed, thy seed, and her seed.
Between thy seed, mm-hmm. the seed of the serpent, mm-hmm. and her seed, the seed of the woman. Go ahead.
It shall bruise thy head, and thy shall bruise his heel.
It's another one of these verses here that, again, it's mistranslated. It isn't it. That's he. He, who is the he? The seed of the woman. The he is the seed of the woman.
Okay.
The seed of the woman, he shall bruise, again, is wrong. It isn't bruise, it's crush. He's going to crush your head. Okay. Right? And you're going to crush his heel. It's he. What is it? It shall bruise. Does that make any sense? No. He's speaking of the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. How do we jump now to a pronoun it? That's not even a pronoun. I think it's a pronoun. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So what is the seed of Satan?
Say again?
What is the seed of Satan?
Esau.
Okay.
Edom.
Come.
Well, because the dragon is red, right?
Come.
And Esau is
red.
Red. There.
Esau red. That's what it means.
That's what he is.
Red and red.
He's the seed. He's the seed of the serpent. The physical seed.
Mm-hmm. Israel, Jacob, Israel.
He's the physical representation of Satan as far as his color, right? His conduct does not mirror his father.
Liar.
Satan. Is he not consistent in that particular conduct?
Yes.
Even to this day? Who more will be represented as the seed of Satan will be him? Mm. I don't know no one that qualified to be the seed of the serpent, but him.
Most nations normally call him the devil. Blue-eyed devil.
Yeah. Hey, brother, whatever. Whole bunch of other stuff.
Hell, what's that? Hell face?
Genesis chapter. Let's get Genesis chapter. You know what? I keep forgetting to get this verse. Let's get this verse here. I should have got earlier, way earlier. In Ezekiel 28. And we start at verse, I think it's 10. 11. Ezekiel chapter 28, starting at verse 11. I should have went here earlier to go back to the beginning when we talk about when Satan, when did he actually fall? All right, we get it. We'll get it now. Who got that?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 28, starting at verse 11. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord God, Thou sealest up the sum, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty.
Right? He sealeth up the sum, and is full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Right? Mm-hmm. And he's very smart. Meaning he's good when it comes to his math, right? When you see the sum of something is when you come to the conclusion, right? You know, add it up, and it all comes to the sum, meaning, right?
Right.
He seals it up. He's good with his numbers. He's good with the math, right? Because he's full of wisdom, right? And he's perfect in beauty, right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God.
See, he's been in Eden, the garden of God. Now it's going back. Okay, he's been in Eden, the garden of God. Go ahead.
Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardis, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, and the emerald, and the
trunkable,
trunkable, and gold, the workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created.
Right. So again, there's a lot we don't have. It seems like he was in the garden like this before, right? Had an issue. It was okay at first, right? He's in the garden. He's been described as this. This don't sound like him in a fallen state, does it? No, this is sound like him in a light state, right? In a good state.
In his risen state.
So when he's in there, you see that he's in a good state, right? But then something happened. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Thou art the anointed cherub.
No, he is the anointed cherub. Understand, right? If you are the anointed cherub, what does that mean? Let's back up. Let me back up.
Cherub angel, like the leader of the army. You the chosen one out of the army.
When you are anointed, what does that mean?
You're chosen.
You're chosen to do something, right? Mm-hmm. So he's the anointed cherub. I mean, he has a position, right? Mm-hmm. He would have a position to be over the cherubs because he is the anointed one of them.
The chosen cherub.
The chosen cherub, right? The leader of the cherubs, right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so.
God said, I've set thee, I've put you in that position. I've set you so. Go ahead.
Thou was upon the holy mountain of the Most High.
It was upon the holy mountain, showing again that the Garden of Eden that he planted eastward is a mountain. It only makes sense if a river goes out of it and turns into four, it has to be elevated. God everywhere you read, God is dealing with mountains. There's Mount Moriah, which was mountains there. That's where he built Jerusalem and Zion, right? All these things, these are all on mountains.
I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
When it says he covering, for what my understanding is, was he the covering, like one of the covering cherubims over like the seat?
Not the emergency, but the covering mean that he's a protector.
Like I know that in emergency, but was he like one of the like protectors of the Most High, like covering like over him?
Nah, no.
Okay.
No. If he was, that angel in Revelations couldn't chain him by himself. When you read the again, we have this. I'm not saying this is true. When you read the book Angels A to Z, it said that one of those angels that on the mercy seat that looked up at the Most High, him by himself can beat all them angels. By himself. None of them can't beat him. Just him by himself.
Because I don't know if you ever heard the teaching that that Christ was one of them, and also he was one of them, Lucifer.
No, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard. That won't make no sense.
No, it doesn't.
That would make Christ a cherubim.
Right. That's why it don't make no sense.
Tony.
So this means since he was put in this position, everything he do, like being a DA, he always go to the judge and ask permission before he go all out. Like
he was there as far as protection. He is the protection detail.
He don't move without say so.
Huh?
He don't move without say so.
Come.
Like that's why with Job, he like you can have your way with him, just don't kill him.
Right. So, but I mean, at this point, I'm saying at this point here, he's not fallen yet. He just is letting you know he's anointed. He's anointed.
Mm-hmm.
He covereth. He's a protector. God said him so.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You was in the mountain of God." Right.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stone of fire.
He's walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Showing you that he's what? Huh?
That's
Powerful.
That's at a mountain.
That a mountain?
No, at a mountain in the midst of the stones of fire, like not lava, but it's come from a lava. But where's the this particular place be located?
This is a particular section that we really don't know too much about.
Mm-hmm.
But he's walked up and down this particular place. God walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire, right? As far as we know, of stones of fire, we know of brimstone.
Brimstone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was there.
Or
That sounds like that's in hell. But there seems to be another place of stones of fire that he has walked up and down. But it could show you just the ability he had. He's not a human being. He's been a lot of places, right?
That's kind of like showing his power.
Kind of showing his power. Showing you that he gets around. He still gets around. Like he still gets around. Right, like a roaring lion, seeking he may devour. All right, go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created.
See, now he was perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect because what? He was operating how he was created. He was doing what he was supposed to be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, that's true freedom. True freedom is you actually operating how the Most High created you to operate, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't call the car perfect if the car started driving the other way when you want to go somewhere else. I ain't create you to do that. That's not perfect. There's nothing wrong with the car.
Oh.
Right. So he was perfect from the day that he was created. Go ahead.
Till iniquity was found in him.
And that's the deviation. The iniquity was found in him. The iniquity that we found in him, we kept going over, is that he started to envy and hate Adam. Coming to murder. Iniquity was found in him. He didn't like what Adam had and how Adam was moving. Right? Adam is down there naming all the animals. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So he was the first liar, and that was the first form of jealousy.
Yes. That's what I'm saying when it says from the beginning, when the life in the beginning, I'm saying it's here. This happened in the garden. Mm-hmm. They have taught this happened way before, and at one point they believe it was way before. I'm like, that's not making any sense because we don't have anything to correlate. We don't have anything to correlate that. Mm-hmm. It's more plausible that it happened right there. Mm-hmm. That's where he went wrong. That's where he started, going off. That's where iniquity was found in him.
He's the first hater.
God. We don't read about any other being before him. We read afterwards in chapter 6, Genesis, where the fallen angels came and they did things, but he seemed to be the first. Mm-hmm. Iniquity was found in him. Go ahead.
Verse 16. By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence.
Right. So by the multitude of the merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee. A whole bunch of violence. Go ahead.
And thou hast sinned, therefore
and when you sin, what is that?
Breaking the commandments.
Breaking the commandments of
the Most High.
Of God. He sinned. What sin did he actually broke?
Murder, like hating his brother.
The hating his brother. The hating of his brother.
That's the.
Remember we
sixth commandment.
Huh? Yeah. No. We read the commandment where God told Israel to not to hate Edomite because he's your brother. Right?
No, I'm looking. I mean, the commandment, the 10 commandments.
I think he looking like thou shalt not murder, or
thou shalt not murder.
Well, he didn't physically. That verse physically. I think physically. But it could be spiritual because the law is spiritual as well.
Come.
It could be twofold as well. We cannot rule it out as well. But I think the commandment is the commandment to not to hate your brother, because if that commandment is there for Israel and we are family, then you know it was there before Israel, the physical came into being. To hate your brother, right? See, that's what he violated and he sinned. Go ahead.
Can I do 16 over again?
Come.
By the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence.
So by this time, he's done a whole bunch of merchandise and stuff, and it's all in the midst of violence. Because that's how you can get a lot of stuff by taking it violently. Go ahead.
And thou hast sinned.
Go ahead.
Therefore, I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of the Most High.
You will cast him as profane out of the mountain of God. So at that point, when he's cast out of the mountain, right, which is the Garden of Eden, God planted eastward, as profane, now he takes on this name, what? Satan. The devil. Right? Those are profane. That's the profane names of him.
So Satan and the devil mean the same thing?
No, the devil means deceiver. Satan is adversary. But he's cast that as profane. Right? Those are profane things for you to be considered as a deceiver and an adversary.
So, because this mountain of God had been still where he met Moses at. What's that, Mount Seir? What mountain did he meet Moses at?
Who meet Moses?
Most High. Where they get the
Mount
Ten Commandments.
Sinai.
Mount Sinai. You think this could be that mountain too?
Not
at
sure.
one point in time, like later down the.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. You never know. You never know. It could be. Because both is called the mountain of God. Sinai is called the mountain of God. It's called Horeb. It's called the same thing here as well. The holy mountain of God. It could be the same. Could be the same place.
Which took the garden out, or that flood.
That flood did a lot. Change the geography. Facts. Yep.
Wow.
All right, go ahead.
And I will destroy thee, O covering cherub.
Covering cherub, right? Meaning guarding. Guarding cherub or guardian angel. Go ahead.
From the midst of the stone of fire.
Now you're gonna catch it from the midst. You can destroy it from the midst of the stones of fire. Go ahead.
Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty.
Now he got big-headed. He got big-headed because of his beauty. Go ahead.
Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness.
Now, maybe the wisdom that he had, we talked about, he should live up to some. He's corrupted it by reason of what? Of his brightness. He's corrupted his numbers because of his brightness. He thought he was something more, right? And he was. That meaning he's miscalculating. You're miscalculating your brightness. Your brightness might be a 5. You thinking it's a 9. You know, it's not a 9, it's a 5.
And he's not humble no more.
You're miscalculating what's going on here.
But he was supposed to be the one able to sum everything up, right?
He was until he started miscalculating.
Oh.
He started to miscalculate because of his brightness.
Wow. His brightness is blinding.
Yeah, I mean, we all call angels of light. You know what I'm saying? Brightness. He miscalculating his illumination. You ain't brighter than you supposed to be. Your brightness is here.
Right.
Don't go thinking it's here.
Right. Wow.
Beautiful.
Every time you think you're something you're not, what are you doing to yourself?
Setting yourself up for failure.
What else are you doing to yourself?
Knocking yourself down. Like pride. You about to fall.
You're deceiving yourself. When you think you're something that you're not, you deceive yourself. You're deceiving yourself. If I think I'm Michael Jordan, what am I doing to myself? What?
You hurt you.
I'm hurting, deceiving myself. That isn't the truth.
No. You actually give yourself confidence, man. You believing, right?
I'm lying to myself.
I'm lying.
I'm lying to myself.
You know that ain't true.
You know that ain't true.
There ain't even
I can't do all that. You can think you him all day long. When somebody say, "Well, do what he once you do what he do," it ain't be a big no problem.
Oh yeah. You can't go prove it, but you can actually believe it without proving.
Still deceiving yourself.
For sure, I agree definitely.
Let me see that hang time.
What you can do is what's the commercial say? Sometimes I believe I'm he. What's it?
Be like
Mike.
If
I could be like Mike. I wanna.
Be like Mike.
I hate my Wheaties.
God, you need the Wheaties, man.
You can just wanna be
Like Mike.
like Mike. Like Mike. That's it, Tony. Like Mike.
Mike Tyson.
That's about it.
Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson.
And that's even hard to be. Like Mike.
Great Mike.
The only person that come close to being like Mike is Kobe Bryant. That's it.
You like Ike.
Don't
be like Ike. No, don't be like Ike.
And there's also, you gotta understand, Bugs Bunny was good too, man.
Nah, he was good.
Oh yeah.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Bunny was good. But Bugs Bunny not real. He alright, but he not real.
He's all right, but
he's not real. He's that deal. He's in the field.
Come on.
I ain't scared for war, brother. Squeeze that steel. All right, who was reading?
I was.
Hey, yo, when one of the brothers said something earlier, I wanted to jump in, but that flood, we talking about that flood that destroyed everything. So, do you think it destroyed the tree of good and evil, or he took that up?
That's an interesting question. I've not actually thought about that. Hey, let me ask you this. Do you think that tree was a literal tree?
And brother, that's $1 million question. Because it's always been posed to me, well, the trees in the garden people. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But if they were, right, that mean they got drowned during that flood. But if it was a literal tree, did the tree just get covered up? Did he take the tree up? You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's why I asked the question. I started thinking about that, but it's interesting.
Izar.
Oh, it is in heaven as it is below. So the one on earth was probably destroyed, but he has the other one in heaven.
Which one you talking about?
I'm just saying, I think because we've been talking about how, like, do we think like things on earth are in heaven too? So I'm thinking the stuff on earth was destroyed, but not the one in heaven.
Well, they opened the window to heaven. I believe it was clog of information. It was a information being stored, like a computer chip. Not a computer chip actually, but it was.
Well, it wasn't a literal tree.
Wasn't a tree.
Because the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It's a tree of knowledge. So
it was some information.
A literal tree, you wouldn't see it said has knowledge of good and evil. That would be a literal tree.
What if it's like a tree that's a spiritual tree that's in the spiritual realm, but you just can't see it now?
Like
that's why I'm saying it's two. It's one in heaven.
Like a data chip. Like a data chip or something like that. I mean, like some stored information for them to know. As probably was a Bible. I mean, we wouldn't know, you know what I mean, because to learn good and evil, it's in the Bible.
I wouldn't be no chip. There was no chip back then.
Not a computer. Not a chip, but I'm saying like
just information.
I'm buzzing with information.
Because that would be deep if Adam was reading about us. Or you know what I'm saying? Like
like we read about Adam, and Adam was reading about having
blueprint.
that information. A blueprint.
Like if he can see the whole creation, everything that's gonna be done, that will be dope.
A blueprint of information, like a guidebook.
Well, so are we saying like the flood? Did it cover all the mountains? Because you said it was on a mountain. So do you think that rained so much that it covered? Well, yeah, because
it covered the
yeah.
mountain.
Wow.
It went out of
That's interesting.
Hey, can we get Hosea?
Come.
10:13. Hosea chapter 10, verse 13.
I don't know if it went out of space, but I hear it. There you go. Yeehaw.
Do you believe that I think they say they found the Noah's Ark on top of Mount Arafat?
Come.
That's an interesting story.
Not the ark. They found the ark stones.
Yeah, because how could it get? How could anything look like a ship get up there? You know what I mean?
Jose,
Well, they ain't just the boat. Once you find the ark stones, and you also find the grave of Noah's wife. They found the grave she's 15 feet. She's 15 feet tall.
What chapter is it?
Chapter 10.
Oh, you say Noah? You say Noah's wife was 15 feet tall?
Come.
Wow.
Well, that was an altar they found that was 15 feet, right?
Huh?
Wasn't that the altar that they
No,
found?
they found a sarcophagus.
Wow.
Well, how tall was he?
What tall was who?
Oh, it can't be no 6 foot, dog. That'd be, man. She looking down on you, dog.
He was
Adam
taller.
was taller. I'm not Adam. I mean, Noah was at least 16 feet tall. His wife was at least 15 feet, according to the sarcophagus that they found, because what was in there was nothing but stuff in there for women.
Man, them boys made like shite like a baby.
Adam last name could have been Israel.
Huh?
Adam last name could have been Israel.
Could have been one of those. Like what I'm saying, but when you look into the archaeological record, they finding animals from other side of the flood huge as ever. They ain't just small on this side. They huge, right?
Dinosaur puppies.
They found huge dragonflies. Dragonflies bigger than you.
Wow.
So if those animals was that big on that side of the flood, then the human beings have to be bigger. They can't be smaller than the dragonfly.
Right.
They gotta be bigger.
We just start getting smaller then, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Everything got smaller.
In a age short span.
Yeah, everything got and the age span shrink real fast.
So that would explain to me then why those grapes were so big when they went to the land, when they was carrying those clusters of grapes.
That's why they were so big. But they were so big because the Nephilim, the giants, they knew how to get it that big.
To modify the food.
Yeah, they knew how to plant it like from the. Obviously, they must have had some type of seed from on the other side of the flood. They had the seed that had more of the nutrients in it, and when they grown it, it's big for their size.
Some of them probably dug underground.
They said that during the floods, some of these giants, they said some giants, they were underground. They found underground cities and stuff. They think some of them was hiding underground while the flood was going on above ground.
Because they came back after the flood.
Could be.
Canaan and all of that.
Could be. It says everything died that was on the land and in the water. Then they mention anything on the ground.
But I knew part of the flood would come.
Yeah, because them pyramids been there before the flood. The Egyptians didn't build that pyramid. They ain't build the pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx. They ain't build that stuff. That stuff predates them.
Then they got water damage.
Yeah. And again, I keep telling them if they build it, they duplicate it. You can't do that.
You ain't never gonna see that.
You can't duplicate that.
They don't know how we did it to
One
this
of them things
day.
is one of them things, at least a ton. They
Con.
ain't gonna move that.
Right.
They can't barely move that today.
Con. Yeah, cranes can't lift that.
And line up like that precisely.
Con.
No, I ain't know that.
Yeah, cranes can't lift that much today.
No. All right, who got that?
Chapter 10.
Yeah.
Hey, so do you think that was angelic beings that made the pyramids?
Of course.
Awesome.
They knew the
Yeah, interesting.
how to carry
It being that tall, that precise, that's divine wisdom. That's clearly divine wisdom to build something like that.
Yo, you know, I used to think, back in the day, TV messed you up. I used to think when we were slaves in Egypt, that's what we was doing, building the pyramids. I used to believe that, bro.
One of those pyramids was built from the inside out. Let's be clear. There is a coffin in there that can't fit through the door. And it's whole. It ain't like you broke it up and then you piece it together back. It's whole. It's inside this pyramid.
That's crazy.
How this get in here?
Video on that. I seen the video. I know exactly what you're talking about. I seen a video on that because they were explaining like how it was built. Like they had to build around that.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen
wow. That. Wow, that's interesting.
Do you know what you got to be to build from the inside out?
Right.
You gotta be like a genius. It's way past a genius.
Oh,
right.
They don't make walls. They worship
our knowledge.
They worship some of the giants, and they got like spaceships all on the Egyptian.
The fallen angel.
Which
is not the giant, the fallen angel. The giants are the descendants of the fallen angel.
And ain't there certain caskets inside of the pyramid?
Yeah, it's one of them that they showed it. They don't know how that thing got in there. They said they had to have built it from the inside out with precision. They can't figure that out. They're trying to figure that out. It's clearly above their understanding. Yes, sir.
And those things are precision pointing at stars too. And
right.
Right. No flaws in what
they. There is a direct reason why it's built in a certain direction for a certain reason, and man can't figure that out. They don't know. They just guessing.
So when they talk about like the pharaohs would use that, they came long after they just started living in them. They was already built then.
Already built.
Man, history. Man, you listen to the wrong history, you'll be crazy.
This stuff was already built.
Wow.
They just copycatting. They just copycatting stuff. Like building big statues of the pharaohs and stuff like that. But as far as building pyramids, they don't want to build no pyramids. They don't want to build no pyramid.
I'm not trying to keep talking going off, but is that the same thing with the stones of those big, those circle stones? I forget what they call. They design like a certain way. These stones are hinge.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, yeah. Is that like the same thing with those stones?
Different.
Do you think humans built those though?
No, those Stonehenge is Gilgal, is a circle. It's built a certain way to make the sun come in a certain way and turn. Yeah. But they specifically made it like that. But again, that predates that's the other side of the flood.
So we can say that we are dumber than the people before the flood.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easy.
And we think we so smart because they got a car that can drive by itself.
Yeah, like man, they could have did that by the first grade back then.
Listen, these people live 700, 800, 900 years. Hotspur, can you if you can live that long, Hotspur, would you be today?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So much wisdom.
You can live that long.
They probably built the pyramids to stop from the flood.
Oh man, all kinds of stuff.
Underground.
You'd be considered a genius. You live in that. Listen. By the time you're 300,
wow, almost got it all down.
Probably been.
Wow, 400, you got it.
Perfect. 936.
Ooh, I do what that Methuselah knew. I was thinking about Methuselah's name last night. It sounded like in the Hebrew it would be Matazalah. Matazallah. And it sounds like it has something to do with God's power or the power from the Most High or something like that. No?
I gotta look to see. But I'm saying when God told Noah to make that ark, all God gotta give him is the dimensions, and he will do it.
Come.
And it's restored, and he knocked it out.
That's amazing.
How long it took to build the ark?
It took him 5 years. It's immense. It's big. It's not no small project. It was huge. It didn't take 120 years. What is it? It took him 120 years to make. What is this?
You said it took him 120 years.
I think Dates was saying it took him 120 years to
Good on
make the
this
ark.
math.
Huh?
Good on this math.
Better on this math. It took him 5 years to go to Joshua. It took him 5 years to build it.
I think they get that mixed up when it says in the Apocrypha, it talks about how he preached for 120 years. I think people get that confused.
Huh? What were you saying, Tony?
Noah was good on this math.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, of course. Yes. Okay, who got this in Hosea chapter 10, verse 13?
That's interesting.
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
Hosea chapter
10.
10, verse 13. Ye have plowed wickedness.
Stop. How can you plow wickedness? Let's start there. How can you plow wickedness?
That's like saying you have beat wickedness or like
Oh,
plow. Plow
wickedness.
is like right with a plow.
Discover.
Plow like when you dig up the earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have dug up, digging up wickedness,
Oh, okay.
right? So you're digging it up, right? To plant it,
Come.
right?
Come. Oh, okay.
In the seeds they sow.
You plowed wickedness, right?
Come.
Cause you plow when you get the dirt, open up, loose,
Come.
put your seed in there, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
With plowed wickedness, ye have reaped
See,
iniquity.
you reap iniquity, right? Because you planted wickedness,
Reap what you sow.
you reap iniquity,
Come.
right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Ye have eaten the fruit of life.
You have eaten the fruit of lies, right? This is what Adam and Eve ate. They ate the fruit of lies.
Okay.
So what they actually consumed was information.
Con, beautiful.
Putting the fruit.
They consume information. But here's the situation. The information that they consume, some of it is good, and some of it is evil. It's the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They didn't just consume evil, they consumed something that's good and evil, right? And it caused them to what?
Sin.
To die. It caused them to die.
It was like cancer.
Yes. But listen, here's what it's doing. When the Most High told them he was going to die, he's speaking first to their spirit. It's the information. It starts to kill them where?
In the spirit.
Internally first.
That's right.
It's killing them internally in it. Right?
That's
why it took so long.
In the blood.
That's why he lived until he was 930. Right?
Would have seen it.
It's a longer time. It was his flesh, which is weaker, he'd have died faster. The information took some time until it kills him.
Wow. Now that's bad information. Wow.
Off a bad lie.
The reason why it took so long to kill him is because the information was not just all bad.
Right.
There was good information too there.
Wow.
So it took some time for the bad information to take over and eventually kill him.
Wow.
Do you think that's why people die so early now? Because they call this the information age. So you get so much information and it's overloading your brain, you think that could be a possibility?
Of course. Remember, again, our warfare is not carnal, but it's spiritual. If I can find a way to kill your what? Spirit. I ain't worried about your flesh.
Right. It's gonna die.
I want to kill that spirit.
Right.
Right?
So
Because that's actually you. You're just in the vessel.
That's good, bro.
I'm not targeting the vessel. I'm targeting you in that vessel. For me to get you in that vessel.
Oh man, so that makes sense. What it says, much learning wears your soul.
Yes.
Mm.
He's targeting inside of that vessel you're in. And that's why I tell brothers every time we meet, feed your spirit.
Feed your spirit.
Feed your spirit. And I say specifically with the word of God. Be clear what you're feeding your spirit with. Don't go reading the book of the dead. Don't go doing that. That's gonna kill your spirit.
You also say you feed your body, feed your spirit.
Feed your body, feed your spirit. Right.
Just thinking of that Halloween.
Just like how you look at your carnal food and you want the one that tastes good. The best tasting spiritual food for your spirit is the word of God. Because it's the truth.
And the truth will make you free.
Yeah.
Picture if it rained manna again one day.
Say again?
Picture if it rained manna one day again.
It can.
If we go back into the wilderness, it's gonna have to.
That's why the Bible says wisdom is better than gold. You never read that? Read it.
It makes sense though.
Yeah.
Wisdom, like,
But again, this has been what we read earlier about the Son of God being manifested to destroy the works of the devil. The works of the devil is to go ahead and what? Lie, because he's a father of lies, right? When he speak a lie, speak of his own. He's fighting you. He's fighting you on the spiritual level. And if you don't catch it, that's how he beats you. That's why Paul said, our warfare is not carnal, but spiritual. He's coming at us. He's coming with a spiritual arsenal to get you.
And he give you some good and some evil.
That's what he does. Because he know eventually it's gonna kill you. And that's the problem with these brothers. As we listen to them, they got some good, got some evil, right or wrong.
Yeah.
And as you can see, they're getting worse and worse. It's killing them. The bad side, you can see what's growing. The bad side is growing. It's more and more crazy doctrine. The good side is dormant. It's just right there. They're not coming up with nothing new that's good. It's always the next doctrine is bad. Right?
Right.
Not in the New Testament. John the Baptist said
strippers and
a whole bunch of nonsense. It's getting worse and worse on the bad side.
Passover,
right?
Strip clubs.
The bad side would be considered what Christ called the leaven. The leaven of the Pharisee. Said a little leaven, leaven the whole lump. So say no. I just got a little bit of lies in there, and that's gonna leaven the whole thing up. He's gonna get the whole thing back. So mess it up. That's what he's doing. They're eating the fruit of lies. All right, go ahead.
Because thou didst trust in thy way in the multitude of thy mighty men.
Right. So you trusted Adam and Eve were trusting in their own way. Right? They want to do things their way. God says, listen, don't eat from that tree. They want to do it God's way. They want to do it their way. They trusted in their way. They hate the fruit of lies. End up killing. We getting it. I thought we were gonna shut down. Okay, let me see if we got any more. Because it's 6 o'clock. I thought we were gonna shut. We're gonna leave it. I'm gonna get one more for the last one. Let's get one more. We end it there. Tony said he want that one about wisdom is better than gold. I think that's how it's said. And what a little different. Proverbs 16:16. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 16 is our last scripture here. Thank everyone who's going to listen to this video later on. Most on Christ use you. Any questions, leave it in the comment section. We got to close down on earth today. I got to get to the worldly thing.
Tell them why.
I'm just joking.
All right, who got that?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Are you reading for the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 16? And it reads, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold? And to get, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. And to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver.
And again, they'd rather be chosen than silver, right? So it's much better is it to get wisdom than gold, right? So wisdom is better than gold. So you can't eat gold, but you can't eat wisdom. The spirit can.
Okay, I see.
That's food for the soul.
The spirit can eat wisdom.
I'm thinking probably tripping here and there, but did Moses melt down some gold and make it like liquid water or something? Or
Yeah, that calf. He melted it down, put it in the water, had him drink it. Gave him diarrhea.
He said drink it.
Yeah, they drank it.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he made him drink it.
Hey, look, there was like, I ran into somebody that was saying that, it shows you how foolish people are, whatever. There was somebody who was like, hey, man, this somebody that sells like some gold, man, and like, dude, it heals your body or whatever. Like, oh, you're crazy, bro.
All right, let me end the live right quick.
Okay.